Views and opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily represent those of the network, its advertisers, owners, or sponsors. This show is broadcasting live from the Podcast Detroit studios in Royal Oak, Michigan. For more information about the show or our network, please visit www.podcastdetroit.com.
The top 25 moments of Raw have been revealed. On top of that, if you're related to The Rock, you have probably had some sort of drama in the WWE. Two of you this week specifically. Who are we talking about? We'll definitely get into that. The Royal Rumble is coming up. Somebody had to retire, possibly, because of an injury that occurred, and we'll get into that as well. This week, as we...
You just made the list! Kiss the ring. I'm the best in the world. What?
Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Finally!
Before we get into all the drama stuff, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick off with the signings that happened this week for WWE. We will break it down as your ring crew.
Z. Armbar Joe.
Spidey.
Orlando.
Callie.
And the one and only almighty one. Hey, Callie, how you doing over there? Callie,
I don't even know my own name.
I haven't even been here. I don't forgot who I am.
Yeah, I know. It's been over a month.
What's that shirt you're wearing?
A shirt. Fuck off. Fuck off.
I don't know what it says.
It's nothing.
Oh, it's totally something I just picked up on, and I was like, well, wonder. So yeah, we had 3 signings this week inside of WWE. Ricochet, Candice LeRae, the wife of the one and only Johnny Gargano, and the tag team of War Machine. A lot of people seem to be excited about this.
Yeah. What's his name? Peter Rosenberg, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. He works for WWE and he's got some successful broadcasting shows himself. He posted something about War Machine being like a guy about his name.
Yeah.
Which offended a lot of the wrestling community who know who War Machine is. Mm-hmm. And because he didn't obviously know who he was or who they were. He said because he thought it was one person. And he's like, he's going to have to change his name in reference to the War Machine event.
Tag team.
Yeah. Anyways, this stirred up the internet community, and he's been debating with like a lot of indie wrestlers all day online. Most notably Joey Janela. If you don't know who that is, he works for like CZW and stuff. He's an acquaintance of mine, and they've been going back and forth all day about fucking War Machine and about not knowing the business and this and that. So a lot of drama stirred up over that. But that's basically it. That's all the news there. A lot of news of them going back and forth on there. If you don't know, if you want to go read on up, there's really nothing to report besides them talking shit to each other. One guy says you're dumb, the other guy says you're dumb, and we move forward.
Yeah, so the tweet came up about 12 hours ago, so Wednesday morning around 9 o'clock a.m., and the tweet is, so we all agree War Machine is going to have to change his name for WWE, right? And then there's like 100 replies to that tweet. And he goes, sorry, War Machine is a they and not a he. Well, they should still change the name. Would you prefer I pretend that I've watched their indie work? Well, I haven't, but I will soon enjoy them on NXT. Calm down, nerds. Hashtag with a life.
Right. So a lot of the wrestling community did not take that comment so well.
Right.
Come on, I'm a smart. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't mind Peter Rosenberg. I actually thought his performance, which we'll get to later on that the top 25 moments of Raw, was really entertaining. But that said, Joey Janela was one of the ones kind of like writing back to him. So if you can find Joey Janela's comments, again, he's a kind of a bigger name on the Indies that's been blowing up.
I saw the stuff that Larry Dallas said to him. I saw some.
Well, they were going back and forth. Anyways, there's a bunch of drama. I don't think it's that big of a deal. He just didn't know who the fuck they were. Made probably a somewhat dumb comment, and then people just get butthurt today, and so it blows
right.
up.
Everyone just gets all angry and blah blah blah.
Right.
But
it happened, so it's news. There you go.
I thought the Ricochet signing was kind of a surprise because, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, that Drew McIntyre got a little bit of heat for mentioning Will Ospreay's name. Said about something about "see you soon, brother," and that's also a rumor that was circulating that Will Ospreay was going to be signing with WWE,
and then he took the IWGP.
Well, I think they got Ricochet. I think Ricochet's Will Ospreay plus charisma, so I think he's better.
Oh, I think Ricochet's way better because to be honest, I watched a little bit of Ricochet back in 2015.
Okay.
And it wasn't until Lucha Underground I actually saw the Prince Puma character and I noticed the tattoos. Like, oh, that's King Ricochet.
Sorry, the Raw GM just showed up.
Hornswoggle here?
But so I've known Ricochet for years. We're not like friends or anything, but again, the anonymous Raw GM has a lot to say tonight.
I'm trying to get to it.
Which is also is Hornswoggle under our table?
Right. I don't know if you guys are hearing that on, but we got the beeping sound, the exact beeping sound from the Raw anonymous
Here's
GM.
the thing. I have everything down, so I don't understand why anything's popping up.
Because you can't mute the general manager.
All right. I agree.
But yeah. So anyways, Ricochet, yeah, he's really good. He's a weird guy though, in general, because he's one of those guys who really doesn't love wrestling, but is really fucking good at it. And like,
wait, what?
Ricochet doesn't love wrestling. He got into wrestling because someone's like, "Hey, you're really athletic. You should get into wrestling." That's how he got into it.
Oh, so okay, he probably loves it now, but
maybe. I mean,
but
from my knowledge, like
he's not a wrestling historian.
No, he's not even a fan. He wasn't. He was just like, "Okay, I'll try it."
And he probably made a little bit of money, and he's like,
Yeah. I mean, like I knew him when he was 150 pounds, but yeah, no, he's really fucking good. And I think if you're gonna sign him or Will Ospreay, I don't think you sign both of them unless you want to put that match on your TV with them two together, which is good because that match is gonna draw that crowd in. But other than that, I think Ricochet is Will Ospreay plus charisma. So
he got a little more character than Ospreay too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Plus charisma.
Really, I always kind of thought Ricochet lacked charisma.
I think he
Which is
does,
why they
but
put
compared
him under a hood in Lucha Underground.
But compared to Ospreay,
Ospreay's dry.
Ospreay's
dry.
vanilla.
He's very dry.
He tries to be edgy in New Japan. I mean, like he swears and stuff because he can get away with it.
He's vanilla.
Well, color-wise, yeah, he's pretty pale, pasty. Kind of resembles.
And then Candice LeRae gets signed.
Of, Sheamus.
Who's been seen a lot in the Midwest Indies and stuff. Obviously out on the West Coast too. Good for her.
I'm excited for that one.
Candice
LeRae.
I think it's kind of like she may now be one of those that show up in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, I already said. I said she was when they announced it because she was also inside the Mae Young Classic. I said you're gonna see a lot of those faces from the Mae Young Classic inside.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see ones that aren't signed. That's no. They're not. They're not. Like what? Who? They got more than enough women to hit 30 with the people they have signed with NXT and stuff. They're not going to bring in outside names. This is
Tessa Blanchard will be in there.
No,
because I know she's all in.
Yeah, she's definitely all in. That was we'll get that announcement.
And that's
too.
September 1st. That could very well mean Daniel Bryan.
So. No, impossible for Daniel Bryan.
His contract is up at the end of September.
End of September?
September 10th or 18th or something like that.
18th.
So then, yeah, War Machine, obviously, with the drama from Rosenberg. But other than that, that was expected. Everyone knew that. It was kind of like the worst kept secret of all time. So many people were talking about War Machine to WWE prior to even
about 2 months ago.
12. You know, they were like, this is going to be their last appearance in New Japan. It's going to be a send off for them, so on and so forth.
And they had a send off in December from Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Candice LeRae. I wonder if she's keeping that name.
They probably keep it her name because they kept it for the Mae Young Classic. Kari Sane, they changed her name for the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, that's a good point because it was Candice LeRae in the Mae Young Classic. Kyrie was changed. Yeah, so I can see that. Keep the name. Now, with the drama, do we still? But is he wrong? Is Rosenberg wrong? Do we think War Machine's going to get a new name for this?
Why does he think they should get a new name?
I don't think they need a new name, but they're going to get a new name because of the War Machine. He was a product of WWE.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
I mean, I think they'll get a new name anyways. But
now, does Ricochet get a new name, or is he?
They're going to call him Trevor Ricochet Man. That's how they've been reporting it.
No, I think Ricochet within the wrestling community has a big enough name that they probably would not change his name.
And that's what I'm thinking too.
Because they did it. They did it with Kenta. They did it. They didn't do it with Shinsuke. There was some. If they believe somebody has a big enough name now, I guess the way that WWE's working, they'll let you keep your name.
Yeah, because it's automatically bringing over anyone who's already heard of you.
Or the guy says, "I'll sign, but I'm not changing my name." I mean, at that point, what do? You either sign him or you don't.
I mean, I don't know if. I mean, I'm sure you can work that out in your contract, but again, it doesn't change the fact that if we don't know that if that's in his contract, that's what we're doing.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like, coming in, you could be like, all right, I agree to this, this, and this, but I want to keep my name because I know I have value.
Right. And then WWE could not sign the guy if they want, because they want their lock on it. I mean, there's a reason that Shinsuke Nakamura is the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura, you know?
Not the King of Strong Style?
Yeah. 100%.
We sure say it.
Joe, you've been quiet. What do you think with those names?
They'll probably make them change it just because of the Avengers thing, I think, with the War Machine.
Because the trademark, like you can't get the trademark on it?
Right. I mean, I think Ring of Honor was small enough to be under the radar of Marvel, but obviously WWE is not.
Oh, yes, Disney Machine. I forgot about the Disney Machine.
So, yeah, I just think they don't want to run into any trademark things there. They'll probably make them change it. Plus, WWE's so PC now. War Machine's kind of a, that's kind of a reflection of violence and, war, which they don't want to, they're not trying to portray that image anymore,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're probably going to change the name.
I completely see that as well. Moving on from the signings, a couple of pieces of drama. Apparently the Raw GM has a kid. Couple of pieces of drama going on in the news this week regarding a couple of Samoans. Jey Uso was arrested this week for DUI. This saying that they ran a live event. WWE had a live event in Hidalgo, and the Usos after it. Jey Uso was arrested on DUI Sunday, January 14th, shortly after bonded out on a $500 personal reconnaissance bond. Like I said, basically right after he was arrested. They were on SmackDown. They got beat up from behind by
Gable and Benjamin.
Yep. And didn't really do much else on that. Even Jay himself was the one that was not talking that much.
Just Snapchatting,
And WWE issued a statement saying Joshua Fatu is responsible for his own personal actions. We are investigating the matter and awaiting information from local law enforcement officials. Here's my question to you, and we'll start with Joe. Is this going to cost them the title?
Yeah, I think now they definitely dropped the titles at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I really like the Usos like more than I ever had in their entire career right now. I think they're an awesome team. And it just kind of sucks. I mean, it seems like, I know so many people with DUIs. These laws are so strict now with that. Like, I'm of the opinion that I don't think it should affect their run, but I think it will. Just because.
Why don't you think it should affect the run?
Because it's. I don't even see why that should be made public record.
Because the internet.
To me, that seems like a complete invasion. I mean, the guy's done the time, paid his bail. He's going to do what he needs to do through the courts. Why does he need to get it wouldn't be like blasted around the local, Hazel Park Tribune if you got fucking busted,
Also,
yeah, it would.
I was gonna say, but with that being said,
Neighborhood watch section, but
you can literally look up people's mugshots on an app from your phone with their first and last name and whatever other information.
But you have to look. That's not just put out there on blast.
But it is put out there on blast if you're willing to look. You know what I mean? Like somebody obviously got a hold of it, and from there it.
I guess it is public record, but I don't know.
And he's in the limelight, so therefore everybody, there's a bigger microscope on them than there is on me. So
on a side note, did you notice that the exact moment that Gable and Benjamin jumped him is before they could get out the words Uso, and then they didn't get to say penitentiary? You think that was on purpose? No, I don't know.
Could be. Callie, what are you thinking about this?
It's probably gonna fuck up their run and have them drop the titles.
Z.
All right, he got out on personal bond, so obviously, we don't even know the details. We just know he got arrested for a DUI. We don't know how drunk he was, what he was doing.
Could have been a direct 0.8, he maybe took a drink of
so
beer.
on and so forth. They let him go on personal bond, which means, he at least cooperated. To say the least. So it wasn't a big mess. There's not some videotape up there of him falling over himself and stuff like that. Also, the gimmick they're portraying, this plays right into it. So by the PC and the PG bullshit of today's era, yes, they're probably, I don't know if they're going to lose the titles now, but they're probably not going to carry them as long as they were supposed to. But at the same time, it plays right into the gimmick they're supposed to be portraying.
I am kind of shocked at how quiet it is on social media because usually when, things like this come about, you kind of see... I was
scrolling on my timeline and I found it, so it's not really that.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Twitter and I happen to see that Naomi and him just had their anniversary.
Yeah, but it's a DUI. Nobody cares.
Hold on, but some people would though. If it were a bit, if
this was Roman Reigns, it'd be huge. It'd be a huge deal.
But I'm just kind of
nice segue. Speaking of trumped up charges.
Continue your point.
I'm just kind of surprised that it's very quiet, that's kind of the only report we've heard so maybe it won't cost them right away, but
well, Z also made a point. One, we do this show on Wednesday. This happened on Sunday. It came out Monday.
Right.
And yesterday is when the WWE released their statement on it. And like I said, to Z's point, he said straight up that it seems like with everything that happened, it was cooperative. Right. It may not be that big of a deal. It may literally be because in Michigan it's 0.08, which is one beer,
Yeah.
So he may have chugged a beer and left and got pulled over. It's very possible that they just pulled him over for... You know what I'm saying? Just pull him over.
Shit. Honestly, maybe they even targeted him because he doesn't look like the most wholesome person.
It's possible he was targeted, or it's possible that he had a light out or something like that. He got pulled over for something stupid, and the cops smelled a beer on his breath. We don't know. We're not trying to speculate or anything here, but in the PC culture, especially with WWE owning up to shareholders and stuff like that, it's more than likely meaning that they're losing 2 out of 3 falls. Do I think they're going to go over and not make a fall at all? No, I think it's still going to be a good match, but I don't think they're holding on to their titles after that.
I do have a comment to make though.
Yeah.
It is really fucking stupid though, only because I myself have a DUI. If I had money, like the Usos have money, I wouldn't even drive my own fucking car if I had been drinking. I can pay.
Dude, that's a different business though. These guys are going from town to town, airports to
doesn't
hotels.
matter.
They got rental cars and shit.
Right, so Uber from your hotel.
They're not going to be getting chauffeured around the whole fucking country, dude.
I'm not saying chauffeured, but taking a fucking Uber from the hotel to the bar, what does that cost?
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
And there's really not an excuse not to take an Uber in today's.
Well, in Texas, they have different rules about those kind of services.
Really?
Uber and Lyft aren't. Last I was there, that
At
wasn't
the
an
airport or in the city, because the airports are different. Each city you go to, the
each-
different unions of cab drivers have
Right,
have a
right.
beef
Well,
with
yeah,
Uber.
yeah.
So you have
100%.
designated pickup areas,
Right.
now.
But to answer your question about what the rate limit is, for 21 and older, it's 0.08, but for commercial drivers, it's 0.04
That's
for Texas.
that. I think that's the same in Michigan, like
So-
the exact same. In fact, the commercial drivers might be lower. It might be literally like a shot of NyQuil, or not NyQuil, obviously, but like cough
Right.
medicine, and that's it. So like a 0.2.
But just
0.02.
go to say that, one beer.
Right. Yeah, you never know. And again, if it was literally one beer and he hit the minimum, and they just took him in to take him in, you never know. It could be just
It could be profiling.
Come on, man! I know The Rock.
well, not so much profiling. It could be that they knew who he was, and it was like, yeah, I'm taking you in because this is going to be a big bust. Like I said,
It is Texas.
yeah, get her in, yeah,
Wrestling.
And as earlier, speaking of Roman Reigns this week has been named in a steroid distribution ring. Him along with Josh Duhamel and Mark Wahlberg. You right?
In a game too.
Yeah. So Richard Rodriguez, a guy who used to own Iron Addicts Gym in Miami, he implicated Roman Reigns as a client in the steroid distribution ring, as well as, like I said, Mark Wahlberg and Josh Duhamel. Apparently, the DA raided his gym in February 2017 and arrested him, accusing him of being involved in the distribution that imported stuff from China, then manufactured illegal steroids in Arizona, and then distributed them out of Miami. Like,
Walter White's still alive, baby. Goddamn right.
So he was, obviously this happened in February 2017. Reigns was suspended in June of 2016 for violating wellness policy, but every report said it was Adderall.
Why is that even in connection?
Because it was a year-long investigation.
What do you mean?
No, but why is his Adderall thing getting brought up now?
Because his name was
Just-
dropped.
He
right.
failed a wellness policy.
I know,
And
but it was
they're-
for Adderall. So
That's what they're saying.
WWE
They don't
said it was
officially
WWE
Adderall.
said it
release
was Adderall.
the results of what they failed for.
Yeah.
That's really just
That's
It's
what-
speculation.
Yeah, that's
Speculation
That's
at
really an
best.
invasion of privacy at that point.
Right. So it's very possible that he actually failed for steroids.
And WWE covered his
And
ass
it was
because that's
covered
supposed to be
up.
their guy.
which they'll do again here if it all comes out that
A federal case against the DEA? You didn't go try to cover
there
it
is
up
no
again?
federal case. The dude took a plea bargain. Okay, so dude gets arrested for manufacturing fucking steroids and selling them to I don't know who Josh Duhamel is. I mean,
He's an
I'm
actor.
He's an actor.
Yeah. Okay. Mark Wahlberg and Roman Reigns. In the interview they have with this guy, he's like, yeah, a famous wrestler, Roman Reigns. Doesn't call him Joseph Adayu or anything like his real fucking name. He calls him Roman Reigns. So
Why would he call his real name?
why wouldn't he? I mean, if the guy is your client, you're doing business with him, you don't know him by Roman Reigns. Guys that fucking hang out with Hulk Hogan maybe call him Hulkster, but I mean,
They're no terrible.
But people know him by Roman Reigns more than they're going to know by his.
okay, which brings me to my second point. So, okay, first of all, he takes a plea deal, so he's trying to get less of a sentence. Then this guy shooting a documentary comes around and is like, "Oh, I really want to do this. Why isn't this getting any attention?" So you throw names like Mark Wahlberg and whoever that Josh guy is around, and then Roman Reigns. Like, you don't even know him by his real name; you know him by his wrestling name. So that's what you say. So people are like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy. Like, I've seen him."
But
blah,
you just
blah,
proved
blah.
the point. Let's say if you want to put somebody out there, use a name they're better known by. If you one of you guys are throwing me on the
What
bus,
I'm,
you're not going to call
what
me
I'm
Anthony
saying
Smith.
is this is all bullshit. If they had solid evidence against any of the people implicated in this interview,
Is it illegal to take steroids?
yes.
Like, to what extent?
Well,
It's
actually,
as illegal as it is to take any illegal drug.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
It was not
actual
prescribed to you.
steroids where you
So-
you shoot it up in your ass are illegal. Now there's anabolic forms that are.
It depends if they're prescribed or not.
And-
Like,
that's
really
what I
what it
was just
boils down
saying.
I was
to.
going to say,
If they're
hold on a
prescribed, 'cause
second.
most asthma medications that contain steroids.
Yeah, it's a different type of steroid. But again, it also, at the end of the day, it depends if you're actually prescribed it or if you're obtaining the drugs illegally.
Okay. So you could say somebody's name, but if they don't have any steroids in their system at the time, you can't.
There's nothing they can. Okay, so all the guy did was say, "Hey, Roman Reigns is my customer." That doesn't matter when or anything like that.
Right.
Unless they catch Roman Reigns buying steroids or actually like
Or there's
selling
proof
steroids,
that he already bought them.
yeah.
Right. Like,
So it's all just hearsay until the motherfucker's in cuffs.
like if it was on camera, him making a buy, or if like he got popped buying from a cop,
And
or
all he says-
the place where he's buying got raided, or like he literally got caught red-handed. Like he can't just get in trouble for someone saying like, "Oh, I sold him steroids."
And then
where's your? You got to have legit proof. I mean,
well, and then
otherwise it's just
even-
hearsay.
Well, they call it in the actual article or the actual transcript. They call it tried and true statement, which is basically just hearsay. Once you get to court, it's not admissible. But I forgot my fucking point here. Sorry, guys.
No,
Well, it's not like he just said these three names. These are the three major names that he listed 50 customers.
The issue is, does he have evidence for
Right,
that these
right.
are actual customers?
Yeah, what
That's
type
what
of
it's
drug
going to
dealers-
ultimately going to come down to. Right now, like Zio's point is, it's just hearsay until there becomes real evidence involved.
does he have like Roman Reigns' credit card on file or something? You know,
No,
like,
what kind,
you can use my Square app.
First
Right.
and foremost, what kind of drug dealer gives a receipt?
and early, like back when you're talking about the Usos, like things being kept kind of quiet. The Roman Reigns thing, one of the dirt sheets that like I follow on Facebook, is where I saw the article, and then I went back to it later to like read because I just saw the headline. I went back to it, like read it more thoroughly, and it was taken down. So I'm like, it's like WWE, like
In all reality,
strong arming these motherfuckers, like telling them to take articles down and shit. Like I don't know.
What, the one that I sent?
No, like I follow a different page. Like I can't remember the name of the page, and I saw it before you sent it. I saw it just on my news feed, and then I went back to that page, and it's gone.
I mean, here's the thing: is I wouldn't be surprised if he was taking stories. He already got busted once for it. The issue is right now is unless there's proof, we're just fucking.
Yeah.
It's almost like a non-story until proof actually comes out. It sucks that his name's getting thrown out there. For his sake, it sucks.
Yeah, he might just have to carry like the U.S. title again.
Right.
Right.
For like a month, and then get hot shotted right back into the main event picture.
So I guess my question now is with back to the whole WWE PCPG type stuff with all the shareholders, could this, if more stuff comes out, especially if more stuff comes out, or if it stays like this and just stays the story as it is, are we seeing the possibility of a different WrestleMania 34 main event of Roman versus Brock? Orlando.
Yes. If the shit comes out before then,
Yeah.
then yes.
Like if he actually gets proven
right,
guilty.
Right. As of now, I don't think anything's gonna happen until it does. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see. I don't see him having proof right now. I just think it's gonna get by a month by now. We won't even remember this.
Mm-hmm.
All the guy says in the interview is, "Yeah, I had a client. He was a famous wrestler, Roman Reigns. He's a pretty down to earth guy." Okay.
Yeah, but again, you're just going off of the interview. It's still he gave all this information to the
And,
DA
like,
first, and he probably didn't say it like
Right.
that.
But even factually, let's say he really is getting steroids from this guy.
Mhm.
There still has to be proof there. There has
No,
to be
I agree.
evidence.
Yeah.
Otherwise, WWE's not going to give a fuck until they find it in his system or they find evidence that he was purchasing. They can't do anything about it. So until that happens, I don't think anything changes.
Okay,
No matter if how big of a story it becomes, until the WWE is so gun ho on Roman Reigns that until he is actually busted for something, that they will not change their plans. But if he does get busted, I do think they change their plans.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
So what if the wellness policy he violated back in 2016 was actually steroids and not Adderall, and it was just a cover up? Does that change?
I question.
Well, then
the
WWE throws money at this and makes it go away.
I question the legitimacy of the wellness policy ever since its influx. I mean, look at Jinder Mahal, for fuck's sakes. he's clearly
he's got steroid pimples on his back.
Something performance enhancing. And okay, the Brock Lesnar thing with the USADA thing, like their response or reaction to him failing was very weak. Very weak. I thought like, oh well, he's a part-time guy. They're not held to the same stringent fucking things that the full-time guys are with the wellness policy. What kind of a bullshit answer is that?
Like when The Rock came back.
Yeah, The Rock is for sure.
The guy's fucking huge. Yeah, I mean,
he looks like he ate himself.
I remember. That's true. I remember.
There's a funny meme out there. It's like The Rock, and then another picture of The Rock. It says only The Rock can make The Rock look like a bitch.
Right. I remember
Rock the Boulder that had the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Reading an interview with Scott Steiner back in the day when he had his little run in WWE after WCW, and he was saying like,
man,
your man. They were talking about like they were threatening him or talking about sending him for a drug test, and he was like, yeah. Just send the same car. Just send me the same car as Triple H. I'll be right there. Like that's a great answer, dude. I mean, because you think Triple H, you think Vince McMahon has never juiced? Look,
Triple H is juicing. Look how jacked Triple H is now compared to 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Right, like all those baseball players that started getting all jacked up in their late 30s and 40s.
Right.
Here's the thing: is like the way muscular physiques work. You can't be huge and vascular. Okay, that means really cut. So if you're huge and really cut, you're on something.
Most likely HGH.
HGH is not necessarily HGH is growth hormone. Will help you grow. It also does a lot of weird things if you take it for too long. But you can tell that's happened to Triple H too because you can tell by his forehead. But anyways, that's like a different thing. People just supplement that in with their steroids. But anyways, so you can tell when somebody's huge and they're really cut at the same time. Then they're 9 times out of 10 they're going to be on something.
Is it possible to get that way without something?
I would say it's very rare, almost impossible. It is possible. There are definitely guys out there that do, but it's not common. And if you go to like bodybuilding, if you're going to like bodybuilding competitions, those guys are all juiced.
What's that stuff that back in the day you heard wrestlers putting on their skin before matches?
That's what I was about to say. I was waiting.
That's shit we used to eat. Pussy. No, you know what I'm talking about?
We used to bask in the day.
I've heard like it burns the opponent too. Like they put it on their skin and it makes them look more vascular.
I'm not sure.
Stone Cold talked about it on his podcast, like where he like wrestles some guys that have it on, and it like gets in his eyes, and he's like, "Fuck," shit burns.
Oh, isn't that the shit that
Vasos?
No, like the physique guys wear before their show. They like rub it on their skin, and it makes their fucking veins pop.
Yeah. But then when you sweat, like it starts coming out, and like it can like if you get into your eyes and shit, it can burn.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly what that is, but I just know in general, being around the wrestling business and seeing a lot of people take steroids pretty fucking often, that you can tell the difference when somebody's on them and when they're off, and your body isn't going to change that much within a quick span of time.
Right,
Jinder Mahal.
Well, I don't know. Here's my thing with Jinder. I don't know if he's currently taking. But he definitely took before because he's got man tits. And that's from not having estrogen blockers when you're taking steroids. So because when you're taking steroids, they can have estrogen in your steroids. So you have to have estrogen blockers to combat that. And so that's the reason why he's got those little man boobies. Even though he's still really ripped, he's got those little titties.
When he falls down,
that's why I take my steroids.
Right,
estrogen free.
Right.
All right.
But that's why. So he definitely at some point took them. Is he on them now? I don't know. You know what I mean? But he definitely at some point was for sure using.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, in my mind, the WWE wellness policy, the integrity of that is always under question.
Because as far as I'm concerned, when they're set on somebody, they're going to look past them.
Yeah, like I said, Triple H for sure. I mean, he's been juicing. Look how jacked that motherfucker looked at
Look
Mania.
at Vince himself. Come on. Yeah. Fucker's like 80 years old.
But again, he would be one of those guys that falls into the
ripped.
I'm not a full-time performer. So we get to bypass, which is kind of insulting to everybody else, anyways. But
like,
yeah, when he's more ripped, bigger than
his, and Vince wants to go
80% of his roster.
He does say he wants to go body shame his roster, and he's doing what he's doing, juicing.
Yeah, he's not out taking bumps or taking wellness policy tests.
Up next in our stories, talking about Paige. Paige and her recent comeback came to a screeching halt over the weekend. So she had been out of action after sustaining an injury at a Law live event in late December. She was teaming with Absolution, so Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and she took a kick to the back from Sasha Banks. That caused a huge stop to the match. Doctors came out. They took Paige to the back. She walked off on her own. And now it's being said that she was told at this past Monday that she's not going to be able to return to the ring.
Temporarily.
It sounded more permanent.
It sounded more permanent.
Yeah, Paige.
From what
What are you
I've
reading?
seen, from what I've seen in the video from her, it was just that she's going to be out for probably a hot minute, but she should be back. But I don't know if that's just her saying that because she
was out
partially
for a year with
in
a neck injury.
She was under contract that whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is now what, a re-aggravated neck injury or a concussion?
I think so.
It's a
neck injury.
It's a re-aggravated neck
Do you-
injury. Once
Here's
you just
like
got that.
dude,
here's a conspiracy theorist in me. Do you think that like they brought her back recently after her year of being injured and all that drama she created with
Del Rio.
and
Patron, whatever
leak
you
tapes
call
and the fucking train wreck that is Paige in her daily life? Do you think like
25-year-old.
All right, hold on.
Do you think that they like? Oh, she came back. They cleared her. She got, a stinger or whatever. They sent her to the doctors. They had their doctors say, "You're not cleared," and that's just a way for WWE to get out of their contract with her.
No.
No,
I tell you, that's the conspiracy theorist.
What would
in
make
me.
more sense
But,
if
I mean,
they told Sasha to go out there and hurt her.
that would have been fun.
That's fucked up.
Well, hits happen, but
okay.
but that wasn't one. I
Let's
think
go
it's
back
just-
to something we were just talking about. I'm sorry. This just hit out. Roman Reigns contacted Wrestling Inc. and responded to the allegations. His response says, "I have never heard of Richard Rodriguez or Wellness Fitness Nutrition. I learned from the mistake I made nearly 2 years ago and paid the penalty for it. Since then, I've passed 11 tests as part of WWE's independent drug testing program."
Can I say something there?
Yeah,
Well,
go for it.
that's weird.
That
That
sounds
he's only been-
scripted.
That no, it sounds weird because that's only 11 tests, in 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah,
It
that's
sounds like it's every
That's
other
like
month or
one
something like that.
test every other month.
right, which means you could do 4-week cycles then. So there's 4-week, 8-week, 12-week cycles usually on
Okay.
steroids. So you could technically get away with doing a 4-week cycle then. If you knew, oh, we just had a test, we're not gonna have another one for a little while. I could do another 4-week cycle.
Right, and if you remember, go back to the Flair 30 for 30 when they were talking about Rick's son.
Yeah.
Triple H even admitted to like giving him the Iggy, like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna get tested." You don't
Yeah.
think they fucking do that all the time?
Mhm.
Like, they do that shit all the time. Like, hey, here's your, just saying, you're not gonna get tested for another 8 weeks. Hint, hint. You know, I mean,
I definitely think steroids is cut down, from even the time when I started to today. You can just tell in the people's physiques. If you watch wrestling from 10 years ago, everybody's jacked out of their fucking minds. And then today,
100%.
guys are in shape, but it's more of a realistic in shape. So it's definitely not as prevalent as it was. And it's definitely not as encouraged as it was. Like, because I remember, that was routine. Like, guys were like, hey, you'll get signed if you go, add 15 pounds, wink, wink. And that was like real conversations that like Arn Anderson would be telling guys. You know what I mean? If you add 15 pounds, then you know what he's saying
Right.
to you. So those were real conversations. I don't think that's today after, probably the Benoit stuff probably end up kind of, because the news media blamed steroids and it kind of, steroids became the target for everything, even though it wasn't. It was more, brain damage than anything. But
Mental health.
steroids became the target of mainstream media, so they had to do something. And I think that's the reason why today's business is a little cleaner.
Yeah, and the fact that, weren't they then, the lawsuit?
Yeah.
And stuff.
But that was in the 90s, that lawsuit.
And they won.
Yeah.
Was that when they instituted the policy?
Supposedly, and it's gotten better over the years.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but
they said a steroid testing policy after the steroids trial in the 90s. The official wellness policy was after Benoit.
Yeah.
Right.
No, makes sense. All right, so back to Paige. Callie, you said things that you've been reading it's a temporary thing for her.
Yeah, there was a video, fuck. Give me a second, let me see if I can pull it back up. So go to someone else.
All right, so what they're talking about is, according to the PW Insider, Paige was informed that her in-ring career was over. She suffered a mild concussion in 2015, which caused her to take some time off until cleared from medical. In August of 2016, is when her mom reported that Paige was on another hiatus due to injury, and then we found out that was another neck injury. Apparently, a WWE Insider told Hollywood Life, Paige has been burying her head in the sand ever since her latest injury, and she's been struggling to acknowledge that her wrestling career is probably over for good. It's really sad. She's still only 25, and she should be at the peak of her career. Instead, it's looking ever more likely that Paige is going to be forced to announce her retirement. And then, even so, to the point where Paige put out a tweet, I want to say today, on Wednesday, saying 2018 is my year. You know?
Yeah, she's putting out optimistic posts on social media,
which is fine. You should. You should never
say never. Just look. People thought Shawn Michaels' career was over after that his back injury. He took 4 years off and then came back. Probably had the best run of his entire career from there.
100%, man. And Daniel Bryan is going to be wrestling again at the end of this year. You know, they said that he couldn't come back. Now it's just WWE says he can't come back. For now.
I honestly believe when Edge announced his retirement, I think Edge should have went anywhere he wanted to. But he just wanted to be with WWE.
No,
with Edge's injury, the slightest
wrong thing he was going to be in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Edge did exactly what he should have done.
Sheamus has a touch of that now.
Yeah,
that's spinal stenosis, which is how come Sheamus can still take bumps and Stone Cold and Edge couldn't?
It's probably not as severe as what Edge had.
Both Stone Cold and Edge had the spinal stenosis.
So
and now Sheamus does.
Dynamite Kid
but with Stone Cold and Edge, they figured it out after it was to the worst it could be.
Oh,
with Sheamus, it's all right, you have it. We're gonna let you rest up a couple weeks
and
manage
it. You know,
honestly, I think that's
and he's in tag team right now,
and they might keep him there. It'll give him a longer run. He'll do less work in the ring. It puts
you can hide things in a tag.
Puts longevity on his career. Yeah, that way.
Yeah. Did you find that yet, Kelly?
Well, either way, I think Paige is an interesting run in WWE. I'm kind of indifferent on her as a performer personally, but it's unfortunate anytime someone gets hurt, and it's not you don't want to see somebody leave not on their own terms.
Right.
So as someone's dealing with an injury now, anxious to get back in the ring, I do hope she returns just for that. You don't want to see somebody leave under those fucking terms. It's a real shitty way to fucking end things. That said, with a lot of the bad publicity and stuff, it's kind of might be a blessing in disguise for the company.
Right.
To maybe not have a champion get leaked videos with jizz on their belts out there.
Or having threesomes.
Do you think The Rock and $7 Productions regrets doing this movie about her now?
No, that would add more to it.
You think so?
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
Well, but they try to in this movie kind of paint her as a protagonist, almost like a
living a life her way, and look what happened. 25, burnt out. Don't do that, kids.
Oh, so you're going to write a cautionary tale.
So they just adjust the ending a little bit.
Right. Jimmy Fallon did it with Fever Pitch.
How? I saw that.
With the Red Sox.
Oh, when they won it?
Yeah, the Red Sox were supposed to lose. So the whole ending of that movie changed because the Red Sox went on to win.
True story. Very true story. Also my favorite movie of all time.
You're
weird.
from Detroit,
That's
dude.
horrible.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, I see that. Again, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I like winning championships.
So
you like fucking clam chowder.
Because of that, Paige had to pull out of the match, which is weird because now we have. So remember last week we had 17. There were 17 listed.
Yes.
Now there's 18, and Paige pulled out. Asuka, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, Naomi, Natalya, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Tamina Snuka, Lana, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke, and Alicia Fox. I thought they were on the list. I guess they weren't.
No, they pulled Dana Brooke from. That's why I thought it was 18 last time we talked about it, I thought it was 18. You're like, no, it's 17. It's because they pulled Dana Brooke when she became a manager for Titus Worldwide, and they probably just put her back in it after they had to pull Paige out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, obviously nothing's really changed other than for the Women's Royal Rumble, rather than announcements for who's showing up for Raw 25. They made the announcements in the middle of Raw for Kelly is going to show up. Beth Phoenix is already doing commentary for Mixed Match Challenge. The Mixed Match Challenge, she was part of that commentary booth. So Kelly was announced.
Michelle McCool.
Oh, Mrs. Mark Calloway.
Jacqueline
was announced. And man,
Tori Wilson.
Cool. Just keep rattling them off.
I'm thinking in my head. I know Tori Wilson was one of them. Kelly, Michelle McCool, Jacqueline, Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, Terry was.
And there's one more.
I like how they refer to her as Reynolds again. Oh, the Bellas. They announced the Bellas are coming back for that.
Yep.
What about Lita?
That's all. No Lita, no Trish Stratus.
Not yet, anyway.
No, Trish Stratus was announced for Raw 25.
Ish, okay.
Yep. She WWE posted something on WWE.com. She tweeted it out the other day. So yes, Trish Stratus will be involved with Raw 25 as well. I'm trying to.
And there are all your surprise entrants for the Royal Rumble.
And I literally said that on Twitter. I was like, did we just get all the surprise entrants?
Yeah, I actually have a feeling they're going to ruin those surprises by giving them to us on Raw.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to give us at least a few of those surprises right there on Raw.
And Jericho's going to be at Raw 25 too.
Yeah. We'll get into that too.
Okay.
So how do you think, because it's such a big day, that these girls are going to say that they want to be involved?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, probably gonna be some joint segment where all the girls are talking, then the old girls come out, and I really think they're gonna ruin the surprise right then and there. I think by having so many of these girls on the show, anyways, which aren't gonna be drawing, nobody's tuning in to watch
Kelly on
right.
Raw
Nobody's
25.
tuning in to watch Michelle McCool on Raw 25, but just having her.
Kelly taking our clothes off again? No, because it's the PG era.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, like none of us are tuning in to watch them. So why else have them there unless they're gonna get something involved with the other women? And those were half our picks for surprise entrances. So I think you're gonna get some of the surprise ruined. Personally, this is my opinion.
Oh, I feel like there's gonna be possible ruining of the surprises as well. I don't know that if it's gonna fully be all of them. I mean, it's very possible, 100%. But you never know, man. You never know. That moves us to the men's side of the Royal Rumble. A couple of new participants have sent their own shaky handy cam videos to get shown on television. Baron Corbin being one of those, announced himself into the men's Royal Rumble. So right now we have 12. John Cena as before, Finn Balor, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, Elias, Baron Corbin, Woken Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt, Aiden English, Rusev, Titus O'Neil, and Apollo Crews. A lot less announcement for men, huh? Like, they only got 12. We have 2 more shows.
I don't even like some of the ones that are in there. Some of them are filler, easy filler.
Corbin.
Aiden English, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, just why? They don't win regular matches? Why are they going to?
Titus Worldwide's on a 2-week win
I would
streak.
love to see someone crazy like that win the Rumble. Wouldn't that make it more believable?
God, absolutely.
It'd make it
110%. Like, have Zack Ryder come out and just win the fucking Rumble.
Right.
What do you say, Smith?
Yeah, but then what do you do with that person going all the way to Mania?
Underdog story.
Hold on. Listen here, guy who said fucking Braun was going to win and tried to book it to Mania. You don't get to call that one.
Especially as the worst booking ever. Like every 2 seconds he contradicted himself. Well, what if? What if?
This? maybe this? Maybe this. So coming up on the Royal Rumble, we know what the matches are, right? We know there's the handicap match for the WWE Championship, triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Is anyone going into this Rumble thinking, man, this is going to suck? or is everyone going into this, or someone going meh, or someone really excited for this, Callie?
What are we talking about?
The card for the Royal Rumble. Are you excited, man? Or
Meh.
Are you here?
I was looking at the fucking thing.
Oh, we moved on.
Okay, well. Look, you looked up shit and came back to it later, so
That's 'cause
slow
it
your
popped
roll.
up in the middle of it.
He also paid attention while he was doing it.
Whatever. I'm meh about it.
You're meh. Why?
I'm meh about wrestling.
Why are you meh about the Royal Rumble and just
Don't
you
really
are?
give a fuck. I don't really.
Callie's been so negative the last fucking
The
like
only
2 months
thing-
on this show.
No, not that many, but I just.
Well, she'd have to be here for those months.
Yeah. Maybe
She's
3 months.
claiming the new part-time championship.
PTC.
No, nothing about the men excite me. Well, that just.
Go on.
I'm not.
So what
One
about
trip
the
to the
women
UK,
doing
look
for you?
she came back like
Right, we need a little Pete Dunne in this rumble.
She came back like
The British people. No,
Oh,
I
did you smack her lips? Like
Yeah.
the British people.
That was an interesting trip. No, there's nothing exciting about what they're.
Even your fat bearded man? You just don't even care about him anymore?
I mean, like I do, but I don't.
You don't want to take a ride on Mustache Mountain?
Nah.
No?
Yeah.
No, I'm far more interested in where the women are going at this point,
Okay.
and that's
Kelly was straight Leslie. This
We're
only
talking
show
about the Royal
for-
Rumble as a whole.
yeah, but like it still leaves me half meh.
half?
Half man. I didn't even know that was possible.
It is. So yeah,
I'm indifferent. Like, I just think, I think a couple of the matches can be really good. I think, you know, the handicap match is going to be good. I think the triple threat match has potential to be good. The Rumble match is 2 in one night. I just hope I don't get burnt out and bored.
Right.
And I hope the women do well. I don't know. I'm indifferent. Like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like I told you before last week, I'm more excited for Raw 25 than I am the Rumble.
Right.
So,
Smitty.
I think the only match I'm really looking forward to, I'm not going meh for, is the 2 out of 3 Fall SmackDown tag match right now.
I hate those kind of matches.
Well, I think Gable and Benjamin have somewhat of a chemistry like the New Day had with the Usos, because they've been putting on really good matches over the last couple of weeks. Even those were just on TV. I got to feel they're actually going to just step it up for this one, and they're probably going to steal the show.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Orlando on this. I'm not even looking forward to the triple threat. I'm really, I don't know. The Rumble's been so bad in recent years that it's like really brought my expectations for that event just way down. It used to be like
My favorite.
right, and it's been so fucking bad.
Especially with the old heads winning the Rumble for the last 4 years.
I don't know. I've got very low expectations, so I don't think I can be disappointed with as low expectations as I have. But I am more so looking forward to the 25th anniversary of Raw, actually, more than the Rumble.
Z.
I'm with Joe. It's not that I have it's not that I have low expectations. It's that I have no expectations. Like, it's become an event where it's like, all right, you have potential. Let's see if you can wow me, and I'll give you my opinion after the fact. Because I mean, I used to look forward to the Royal Rumble, but in the last 5 years, it makes me just want to stab myself in the eye with a fork.
Because 3 of the last 5 years, the last 5 years, there have been multiple Royal Rumble winners now. Roman's won it twice. Roman's won it, Triple H has won it, Cena's won it,
Randy Orton won
won it, and Batista won it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that is correct.
It's not just even the winners. It's just the way they booked the whole fucking thing. That 1 year, was it when Roman Reigns won? The way they booked that Rumble was the worst booking. They made Big Show and Kane, corporate Kane, by the way, look strong as fuck, destroying everybody when they've been jobbing on TV for the last 3 years prior. They're destroying everybody. And then Roman Reigns in Philly getting booed out of his mind is the hero to stop. It was the worst booked Rumble, like elimination by elimination. that I've ever seen in my
And
life.
then you had The Rock. They even tried to use The Rock to give him some cheap,
and
get him a cheap pop. Get him a cheap pop.
They've definitely hurt the legacy of the Rumble, and I don't think it was going too well before then. I think Del Rio won a little before then.
That was the 40
That
man
was that 40-man one.
Right.
Yeah, but still, it's different than
Like, that wasn't good. But I'm saying, like, that wasn't as bad as these other ones have been. But that wasn't good either. Nobody was like, oh, fucking Del Rio won. I'm fucking hyped. You know, they just haven't had a successful Rumble where you've been like, man, that was fucking good.
Sheamus was the one.
Well, they
that
never
won
pulled the
that
trigger on CM Punk. They
You
never
say
pulled the
what?
trigger on Daniel Bryan, and they were having years where
Right.
they were white hot, and it would have made sense, and people would have lost their mind.
They
Right.
sabotaged
But they, like-
themselves on that one that Roman Reigns won because Daniel Bryan went out
He just came back from injury.
early, and that the
11
crowd was just
11
done. And
minutes
right
into the
right then
Rumble.
and there, like as soon as Bryan was out, like they should have left. I mean, if they didn't want Bryan to win, fine, but they should have left him in there so as not to lose the audience. Because when he was out, they were fucking done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he didn't show up at all.
And I mean, and I know we're talking about the last couple of years, but it's just, it really has hurt the legacy. And I'm Z kind of nailed my sentiments on the Rumble, and Joe too. I'm just not as excited for it just because I know it doesn't live up to what it used to be. And it used to be such a fun fucking match, and now you're just like, hopefully it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the one
Can we
that-
bring back Pat Patterson to book it?
He
'Cause
didn't show.
that's one of the
up
best
at all
years.
in the Batista one, and then when Rey Mysterio came out, and everyone wanted to be Daniel Bryan. I mean, the biggest babyface of all time, Rey Mysterio, gets booed. I mean,
Booed out of the fucking
I mean,
building.
but you don't see that coming when you're booking this thing. Come
Yeah,
on,
that's what I mean.
and then what a bad spot to put. That's disrespectful to Rey.
Yeah, it is.
Why would they put him there?
When everybody wants Daniel Bryan,
Yeah.
At least make him 29.
I mean, look,
give like Kurt Hawkins a fucking 30.
man. You know what? I wonder.
Either way, I hope it does well. I want to see it do well, so that way I can be interested in the Rumble again. But they've got some work to do here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And as of today, I have zero interest in the men's Rumble, like Callie was saying.
Yeah, I mean, I am interested in seeing the women.
Right,
first
I'm
women's
interested to
Royal
see how it
Rumble.
goes, yeah. Whereas I have zero
The
interest in the
handicap
men's.
match. I mean, you know, like the matches actually have potential, but the actual Royal Rumble, like,
yeah.
I could honestly care less.
See, I guess I'm different because I have my expectations of who I think should win. So I'm excited to see something along those lines form there. And I think WWE has a lot of potential this year. And it seems that they haven't royally fucked up everything. Like, they're getting smarter. Roman Reigns in the Shield. We want to get him over, put him in the Shield. You know what I'm saying? So bringing the Shield back together, because the fans really wanted the Shield. The fans loved Sheamus and Cesaro, and put them into a tag team and had them run gauntlet. They're allowing the Woken Matt Hardy thing. They are giving a lot more carte blanche to the Bullet Club. You know, it seems like they're kind of getting to the point where they're like, okay, we now remember that there's other competition, so we have to be better. It's like I feel like they're feeling like things are on their heels again, especially with Jericho going over to New Japan.
I feel like the WWE has a working relationship with New Japan that we don't know about. And it all starts with the Bullet Club invasion. And then it goes to Jericho and fucking Cody. And now Jericho's going to be on Raw 25, possibly at the Rumble, and then fight Okada.
I mean, I think it'd be stupid not to bring Jericho back for Raw 25.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I'm just
point,
going
he's
by,
the hottest name in professional
what he
wrestling
is
now.
doing now.
That's
he is in a
literally
feud with
just
he's
ego
in a
and
feud with
sour grapes if
Okada
they don't
in
bring him
a
back.
New Japan, feud, and now you're bringing him back for Raw 25. Might as well throw him in the Rumble.
mean
He's feuding with Naito, not Okada.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
He's feuding with some Japanese guy.
It's
over
racist.
there.
He just said they all look the same. That's clearly what he said.
Am I wrong? Stereotypes are true, guys.
Look at Dula fried chicken and watermelon.
That was the line of the night. there it is. Not going to top that one.
Oh my God.
I could have went for the Triple X rated one, but I didn't.
And now you just ruined it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
immediately.
You kept talking.
Yeah, like, you had it, dog. You had it. You had the win, and then you just decided to
Quit while you're ahead, man.
Yeah.
Get out while the getting's
It's like
good.
he had the match won, but he pulled the guy up.
Right.
It's like,
And then the guy schoolboyed him.
Right.
Ain't nobody schoolboying me.
I heard you get schoolboyed quite a bit. So yeah, going into Raw 25. I'm interested to see how they're doing this. Apparently, from the inside sources, is you're going to get an hour of combined content from the Manhattan Center, and the other 2 hours are going to be from the Barclays. That being said, it's not an hour straight. Like I said, it's combined. So throughout the 3-hour show, at least an hour of that will come from the Manhattan Center. So with all of that coming up and the Raw 25 moments, do you think there's going to be some sort of, I don't know, what do you guys think we can expect from Raw 25, Smitty?
A title change,
So you think Roman's dropping the IC belt?
possibly.
Hold on. Did you just say we should expect the title change and then say possibly?
Well,
Yes, that's what happens.
I'm saying I expect the title change because the possibility of whatever is going on with this whole Roy thing. If they, even though they will try to cover it up, they still did semi-punish Roman for his last, what do we want to call it? Brush in with drugs, whatever.
His drug test fail.
Yeah.
Let's call it that.
I could
His
see a
failed
title.
drug test.
I could see a title change because of the Balor Club.
Yeah.
Like I could see them getting involved, and especially with everything that just happened on the outside of the ring on Raw, I could see that happen, and then therefore setting up a triple threat match at Royal Rumble for the rematch: Miz, Finn, and Roman. Because right now that Intercontinental is not even touching the Royal Rumble at all. No one's even remotely thinking about the only titles that are mentioned on the Rumble are the Universal, the WWE, and the
both
SmackDown
tags.
Tag Team Championships. There's no women's
The
title.
Raw
match.
tags are up for grabs.
Oh, and the Raw tags and the
You
so the
have
tag
a
team.
30 women Royal Rumble you have to account for. So, I mean, I don't know how much time they're giving that, but that takes out some matches from the pay-per-view.
Thank
And
God.
you can't have every title if you're going to have 2 Royal Rumble matches. With everybody coming out in a minute, that's at least 30 minutes.
So
Killing. And I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 matches announced right now. Men's Rumble.
Please
women's
don't
Rumble.
announce anymore. Fucking A. Please. I don't want them to announce any more matches.
What pre-show match they gonna put on too? And those guys probably gonna be
One
in
of
the
those
Rumble.
matches announced should be the pre-show already. Please.
Cedric and Enzo.
There you go.
Probably.
Wonderful. Please.
I mean, honestly, give each Rumble, 45 minutes to an hour? You almost
Oh,
have
God,
to.
don't-
I mean,
Well,
every
the-
entrant is what, 2 minutes?
With the normal
Well, they don't
Rumble,
get- they
it's
get a
2
whole 90
right.
seconds.
Now we talked. They might switch it where they, which
Minute
I
and a
wouldn't be
half.
surprised to do like a minute and a half or something like they did in '95.
That's still 90 minutes.
Right.
Or that's still 45.
45 apiece.
But that's after everybody comes out. That's
Right.
not even like matching. Okay.
Right. But if it's 2 minutes, then you have 2 hours tied up in your Rumbles already. So how the fuck are you gonna fit 5, 6 other match? Fuck that.
It's
Just
on
give
the
me
network.
2, 3 matches and move on.
It's on a network.
I know, but stop doing it. Stop torturing me. It's making me, these long ass pay-per-views are too much. I love wrestling more than fucking anybody I fucking know, and I'm telling you right now, I don't want to watch 7-hour fucking long shows. Go fuck yourself.
They could give me 2 Royal Rumble matches, and that'd be the whole pay-per-view. And I would be okay with that.
Do you think the women go on first? Like right off the bat, right
I
off the
have
jump.
to. Like, where else?
Start with the women.
See,
It's either
now,
that or they're
I'm
going to do Rumble after Rumble.
I'm well,
Which
see,
is gonna be-
I'm
that's gonna be
split between
shitty.
it, because since it's the first ever women's Royal Rumble, I have a weird feeling it's going to be the main event. It's going to be the end of the show thing. Now it is very
No
very
fucking way.
no,
No way.
but okay, you say no fuck, but it is possible. But now I think to break it up, you need to do one in the first hour and one
Has
in the
to be.
last hour.
Has to be.
I mean, and if you do them back to back, you're dumb.
Right.
Like that's the dumbest thing I've
I
ever heard
think they're
of.
going to put a match between each Rumble, and it's going to be the cool down match between both Rumbles is going to be the Cruiserweight title match, probably.
I don't.
And you'll see both those tag matches first.
I don't know. I
Shouldn't
wouldn't
the
be.
Rumble itself close the show.
Yeah.
The
And
Rumble is match is going to close the show.
I think that's what's
should.
going to happen. I think Joe, you're right. I think the men's Rumble. My theory would be to open the show, whatever after your pre-show would be open with the women's Rumble.
That's what I would.
So
do
that way
too.
there's far apart as you can fucking get them. But because it's the women's revolution, the idea of opening the show that might be offensive. So
Second hour.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see them
Universal
open
title,
with something
actually.
else.
You're going to open up with a tag
Hold on,
match.
Smitty. Hold on. We'll get to you, I promise. But my thing is I think there'll definitely be a separation, I would hope. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they add a match or two before we even get to a Rumble.
Like maybe start off with, like as Smitty was about to
Right,
say.
the tag titles or something,
Raw
and
tag
then,
titles.
you know what I mean? Or whatever. I just think I wouldn't be surprised by that either. But there definitely needs to be separation between these fucking Rumbles, for fucking sure.
What was the order last year?
What do you mean?
The match card. What
What's
order
the-
was the card in?
And Smitty, while we're looking that up, what was your point now?
The point was, I said they're going to put two matches, and one was going to be the Cruiserweight match, and they'll probably put the Universal match between the Royal Rumbles. I said they're going to probably start off with the Raw title. I mean, start off with both Raw titles. I mean, they'll probably start off with the Raw tag titles, and then put the WWE title right there after it.
No.
So
Yeah,
last year, it kicked off with the 6-woman tag team match. Then the Raw Tag Team Championship, a singles match between Nia and Sasha, Raw Women's Championship match, the Universal title match between Owens and Roman Reigns, and then Neville defeated Rich Swann, Cena and AJ for the WWE title, and then the Royal Rumble was the main event. However, that has not been the case every year.
What, for the Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble closing out. I think it.
No, it hasn't. They've had it.
They've had the WWE title at
They
the
ever
top
had
of the
it
card.
open?
You
The
said
show?
what?
Have they ever had it open?
I don't
For the
re-
longest time, it
No.
always closed, though.
Yeah, but they did have like one. There was like at least 1 year where it didn't.
I know it closed 2 years before because that's when Triple H won the title off of Roman.
Yeah, no, I know it's closed most of the shows, like always. But there is one or two examples where I think a match
The,
did.
the title match closed the
Yeah,
show.
the Rock and CM Punk closed off that Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Cena won the Royal Rumble, and then Rock and Punk closed off that one.
Oh, well, we know why.
In 2013. He's not as good as an ass kisser as Dwayne. So let's just quickly go into this week in wrestling. SmackDown switched everything up. We have a brand new United States champion.
Bullshit.
You're just mad because you didn't watch it. Raw unleashed Braun Strowman on everything but a guy holding cake.
Cake! I have thoughts on that when we get there.
Yeah, everyone should. Woken Matt Hardy had his second entrance with his real Titantron finally. Then there was a singles match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, the first time that they have been in a one-on-one match since the SummerSlam incident. Yeah. Let's go in. Oh, the Revival decided to shit talk every other tag team in wrestling that ever happened. And
That was great.
yeah, it was good. So let's start off with the big, huge thing from it, which is Braun fucking Strowman. Raw kicked off, and Braun comes out. Angle follows and says, "You're not involved in this match. You're fired because you created a hostile work environment."
Just
Note,
like that, too.
Note, he had never created a hostile work environment any other time. Like, not when he flipped over the ambulance that Roman Reigns was involved in.
When he threw him off the stretcher?
When this is all the same show.
I know.
And any of the other stuff, it was this time when he pulled down
With his bat
a
brawn.
wall.
With the bat hook.
It's like Bat Braun.
So that's what made him create an unsafe work environment. And then they had security members go and escort Braun out. To which the guy with the bad sideburns was the first one destroyed, and then every other security. And then Braun just rampaged all of Raw. He went into catering. He threw Kurt Hawkins through a table. He looked at a guy who had cake and then stopped and just ate a piece of the cake and walked away. The son of a bitch flipped over a goddamn semi-truck. And then when he was going to the announcers and he had Michael Cole by the belt, that's all he did. He grabbed him by the waist of his pants and his belt and lifted him up and walked on the stage with Michael Cole. That's when Kurt Angle came up and said, Stephanie called me and you're rehired and re-added to the match. And he still threw Michael Cole off there. And then we had 2/3 of the SmackDown commentating crew the rest of the night. Was this, so Z, you said you have thoughts, obviously. What do you feel about this? Is it good for Braun? Bad for Braun? Does it kill what you think might happen in the Universal title match? Tell me what you're thinking.
I hate the fact that within the first hour, he was fired and then rehired. Like literally, for 8 o'clock, he was fired. 9 o'clock, he was rehired. And he had to tip over a semi, which was awful special effects, by the way.
The camera cutting was
Yeah.
awful.
What,
The
there's
camera
not always
angles were
cameras on
awful.
top of semi?
Like, there's one point where he's barely touching it and it's just going over, but whatever. I mean, like, I just know, like, if he's literally pushing the semi, at some point, it just falls over. It doesn't slowly just roll. But anyway,
Ask Mark Henry.
they could have made that a little more dramatic. They could have actually had him leave and then maybe kick. I mean, he kicked in a lot of doors.
Anyone wish he would have punched Kevin Dunn?
Yes.
That would have been sweet.
Kind of, but like, he goes in catering. And I mean, yeah, he throws Kurt Hawking through a table, but all he does at one point, all he was doing was pushing the dumpster around into stuff. Like, he wasn't really destroying anything. He pushed the dumpster into a bunch of shit.
I wish
Like,
Mankind and Terry Funk were in that dumpster too.
that's what I thought of too.
Would have
when
made
I
it more
saw that.
entertaining.
But I mean, just some of the stuff he was doing backstage just was dumb. And like, even as a kid, I'd be like, wow, this is stupid.
Everybody stops for cake.
No, that was the bright spot of it. Like that, I mean, that was funny. Like that the guy's reaction to it, like the guy holding the cake. I mean, that was great.
I saw on Twitter someone said they wish they would have panned down and there would have just been a puddle down there like he peed
That's
himself.
what I was thinking.
That would have been
I
good
was thinking
too.
the same,
That
like,
would have been
but
sweet.
In the Attitude Era, that would have happened, but they're not going to do stuff like that now. Because McMahon, like, peed himself in the ring before. Remember with the bang thing?
Yeah,
We can't do anti-bullying and then have people pee themselves on TV. It just doesn't work.
All right. Smitty.
I thought it was hilarious. Say the back camera angle. It was like a B-rated horror film.
Like they knew it was so over the top, so they just played into it.
Yeah. You know, like how we mentioned Final Deletion when it first came out.
Right.
It was just like, I don't think WWE planned it to be that way, but I think it just came out that way.
All right. Callie.
Kind of over Braun Strowman. The only reason.
Do you like anything?
No, not really.
2 years in wrestling, she's the most jaded fan of all time.
Well, I'm just kind of over the stupid shit.
I mean,
that Braun
we did
does.
warn her.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
And we're all 10 plus years into this shit.
Right. I don't know. I'm just kind of over the stupid little hokey stuff that they have him do. I think that's what's just really pushing me off from it.
You know, I had to turn 13 before I got upset with the hokey shit.
Joe.
You already know, man.
No, I want to hear the tickle butt. I want to hear all about your tickle butt.
Here we go.
It's dumb. Braun Strowman's a cartoon. I can't
They
take him
turned him
seriously.
to one.
I can't take him seriously.
He
when
was
he's
not a
doing this
cartoon until
fucking
last
cartoon shit. No, when he's on fucking internet showing his nipple ring and dressing like a fucking elf, he's not a monster.
Hilarious, by the way.
No, he's a cartoon. I don't take him seriously. He's not scary. I mean, maybe he's strong, sure, but dude, the guy's a fucking giant goofball. That's all he is.
Outside
I have a
of
question.
WWE,
Yeah,
he's,
well, I don't care. You're not going to see Undertaker walking around dressing like a fucking elf, all right?
But yeah,
or Brock
Undertaker's-
Lesnar, you know?
we've already talked about how Undertaker's been one of the most protected gimmicks in wrestling
Hold on.
history.
But he's done a lot of that protecting
but you guys,
himself.
we'll segue into the Undertaker later. But I think Braun isn't the Undertaker. What we're looking at is the new Big Show. Big Show literally handed him the torch. And if you recall, you mentioned a moment off the air earlier. Smitty, Big Show once pulled down the Titantron.
Well, good. Now
That was stupid. I mean, nobody could realistically pull the Titantron down like that.
Did he do it with a grappling hook?
No, he did it with his bare freaking hands.
now Braun can make 600 heel face turns and job to everyone for the next 10 years of his career. Then,
Well,
that's all I see for him.
Well, I think that's the way they are booking it. I think he's going to look strong and dominant, but ultimately lose.
Fucking nerds.
But I think
Tickle butt. It sucks. I don't like it. When he started going off and pushing the dumpster, and he started pushing over the semi truck. I'm like, man,
I do have.
This is the shit that when I watch wrestling makes me roll my fucking eyes, and I'm glad I'm watching it by myself.
The semi truck.
None of my friends sit next to me to make fun of my stupid ass for watching this dumb shit.
Yeah, that damn Joe. The semi truck thing.
It's fucking dumb.
What killed me was all these camera angles so quickly, like retarded
The
quickly.
rooftop camera.
And
What the
retarded
fuck is
quickly
that?
shot, but it was in such an amateur fucking way. It reminded me of like, how the fuck does this place have a film studio when not one of these shots is even like an acceptable camera shot? You know what I mean? Not one of them.
Right, I agree.
Have you
kinda like
seen
when-
any of the Marine movies?
Right. I was supposed to say, have
the
you seen
first
a
one.
good WWE films movie? Like,
Yeah, they had one.
what's
The
Yeah, but
Marine.
it's not because of the film. It's not because of the camera guys. It's the fucking
Right.
story.
That's what I mean. So it was strange to me that you could have so many people know so much about production stuff, yet shoot something that looked so shitty that I could have shot. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe you did shoot it. And you're not telling us.
yeah, secretly.
I knew it.
You know what the truck, the semi tip kind of reminded me of? When AJ attacked Shane backstage,
Oh,
was
definitely, yeah.
miraculously a camera in the backseat of the car window.
God, so stupid.
See, that's what it kind of reminded me of. That's what I started laughing.
yeah.
Like it's
No, this is dumb.
I just, for as much money as they fucking have and the things that they can do,
dude,
it just fucking blows my mind
they literally
that
they do too much. They just need to do less. They don't need to do all this dumb shit.
What would have
Yeah,
made
something like
this whole thing? I'll let you finish.
no,
Sorry.
it's Go ahead.
I thought you were done when you started talking.
Yeah, I was.
She wasn't.
I am.
Her nostrils are flaring. She's so angry right now.
What would have made this a little better and would have brought it all full circle. Like, the worst part about it is when he's in the production trailer and how do I turn this off? Punch the fucking screen and turn the power off and then like have like a whole blackout for like, I don't know, a minute.
Yeah.
And then have everything reboot or whatever. You know what I mean? That makes it a little
Why
more
were there so many
believable.
TVs that just had raw logos?
Yes.
Why is that what they're watching doing their job?
Why
Yeah, this logo looks good.
The hallway of the video game.
Hey, Mr. Dunn, does this logo look good? Same one we've been using for about a year now. You like it?
You know what?
What
don't
about
Kevin
on this
Dunn off the
screen?
production truck.
Yeah, it was so dumb. It was really dumb. And you know what else was really funny about the whole segment too is just first Kurt Angle. You already mentioned Kurt Angle's reason for firing him, but then his reason for rehiring him. Like everything about it was just like, why?
Because Stephanie said so.
I will say it was entertaining, but was it a good entertaining or was it? You know what I mean?
Final deletion entertaining. That's
Not
what I
at all.
said.
Okay, are we getting to the point where we're done with hokey yet? You guys joining them? You joining my fucking thing? It's just the hokey shit you're just getting sick of. Telling you, man. I'm getting tired of it, man.
Joe loves the tickle butt.
So Joe, you
I
love
got,
the
I,
sight of your
got,
butt.
I got a feather in my back pocket right now.
Hey, and then on
Tickling of your anus
SmackDown,
begin.
on SmackDown, everything changed. The finals for the United States tournament, the semifinals for the United States Championship tournament, went on. Jinder Mahal defeated Xavier Woods, and then Bobby Roode beat Mojo Rawley. And after he fought Mojo Rawley, the Singh brothers came out and beat up Bobby Roode a little bit more. He'd already been playing a rib injury in the match. And so they attacked a little bit of that. And then when they rolled out of the ring, one of them hurt themselves and had to be carried off.
Too bad.
So Jinder
Poor
comes
guy, that
out and
sucks.
he's like, next week I will beat you and show you why I'm the best. And then Bobby Roode takes a mic and he says, let's do it tonight. Jinder says, no, we do this on my time when I'm ready. And my thought process is, well, this is the schedule, dude.
Right. I was thinking, like, what do you mean your time? The match is already booked.
Yeah.
What do you mean your time? That's
And-
thinking the same exact thing.
So then Jinder turns around, bumps right into Daniel Bryan, who says they are going to have the United States title match that night. And they did. Bobby Roode reverses the Colossus very cutely and totally 100% wins the United States title with Shane and Daniel Bryan at the side of the ring, which the commentators definitely made mention of. It was the first time that they had been getting along in a while. And they delivered the title at the same time, both of them handing it to Bobby Roode, who took it. Z's really mad because he didn't watch this.
Well,
Smitty, how did you feel about this?
I think the best match I thought when it comes to those 3 matches, Xavier Woods versus Mahal was probably had the best out of all 3 of those matches.
That was a good match.
And I don't know if it was. Part of me wants to keep saying it's my bias or the members of the New Day, but I just think Xavier is one of those guys that can make guys look like $1 million out there.
Black people, not the New Day.
Got a point.
Okay, but I think
No, he doesn't like Apollo Crews.
I don't
No,
like.
to think there was once a time where Callie couldn't even tell these wrestlers apart.
It's
hey, look, I'm doing great now.
Are you still,
The black ones, I meant.
Are you still looking at their chest to tell how they look?
Oh,
Here go her nostrils again.
shut. Oh my. Fucking
Welcome back, Callie.
fucking can't get a break from that shit.
Welcome to my fucking world.
Orlando, how did you feel about the U.S. title tournament wrapping up quickly?
I was happy with it because I didn't really care to begin with. The tournament was whatever to me. It was just time filler. I thought Jinder would have made more sense to be the champ. But the match was good. I like the fact that they surprised you and gave you the match on Tuesday. Didn't make you wait. Get it out the way because the Rumble's coming up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I thought the match was fine. I'm fine with Bobby Roode as the champ. I was indifferent on it. I didn't love it or hate it.
Anyone else looking at this like, wow, AJ Styles is the top champ, Bobby Roode is the next title belt down champ? It's like TNA again.
When TNA was good.
Right.
I had a little side note. I loved Xavier Woods' campaign stuff he did on social media during this whole tournament.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
Joe, how did you feel about the tournament matches and the finish to it?
I agree
Which
with
was obviously all of SmackDown outside of one
Right,
match.
I agree with Smitty. I thought Jinder and Xavier was a really good match. That Colossus is a fucking wicked finisher, man. That's almost like maybe you shouldn't do. That's dangerous.
Well, no, curb stomp's back.
That's what I was like, we neglected to mention that.
No, we're flip flopping. We're flip
all
flopping.
right. That was leading me into that. I was like, oh, I forgot about the curb stop. As soon as I said that, I popped for that, by the way. But now I'm getting off track. I thought that was cool. I like the surprise. Didn't see that coming. I didn't watch it till today, and for somehow I avoided to get spoiled on that through social media. So like I watched it a day later, and it was still like new to me. I didn't know it was coming, so I was
Right.
like, it was a legit surprise, which is rare these days because I never watch shit on time, and I usually get spoiled. So, anyway, yeah, it was cool. I thought it was cool. I liked it. I don't know. I figured there's gonna be some kind of swerve with this. Like it might change hands real quick again next week or
Like Ziggler
at
comes
the
back.
Rumble or something. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to. If the IC belt isn't getting a match at the Rumble, you're not getting a U.S. title match either.
I almost feel like they pulled it from the pay-per-view.
That's kinda-
just to not have another match on the pay-per-view.
That's kind of what I was thinking because that card is so heavy already.
Right, with the 45 minutes. Yeah, because that's 2 matches right there. Is 45 minutes of that is 2 more matches.
Like,
90 minutes.
In the 2 weeks leading up, you defend the U.S. title, you defend the Intercontinental title, and then you just have the 4 major champions. You know, the 2 women's, 2 men's,
Right.
and then the 2 Rumbles.
Yeah.
And that's more than enough.
Callie.
Out of curiosity, as now that Bobby Roode's champ, is there possible that he'll turn heel?
Maybe not right away. Definitely down the line.
Way better heel.
You know what I was hoping
Yeah, I'm sure he will eventually because he's more of a natural heel.
Right.
for? A change of title.
Then a new title.
Yes. Like, that's where I kind of thought this was going. Like, okay, at the Rumble, you two will fight for this and we'll unveil the new, blah, blah, blah. But that didn't happen.
No, not at all. And then going back to what we made mention of in the main event of Raw, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor went at it one-on-one for the first time since SummerSlam when Finn Balor won the Universal title, but fucked his shoulder up by taking a buckle bomb on the outside. I was honestly curious to see if that spot was going to be done again, just to see what would happen, because Finn obviously at one point was playing into his shoulder being hurt and his neck hurting. And the match finished surprisingly with the curb stomp, a move that had been taking out, I want to say for the last 2-3 years now.
They called it something else, though. They called it something.
I figured they would change the name.
I can't remember what they called it, but it wasn't a curb stomp.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because the curb stomp is really
Sounds super violent.
Yeah, well, it is.
It's a game.
What does it make you think of? American History X.
Yeah,
of course.
the curb stomp and the smashing of the teeth. Oh.
Yeah.
There's even a crunch in the fucking film, and it was
that scene always makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man,
so, like I said, this is the first time that they have been one-on-one since the SummerSlam. However, it's the second time in 2 weeks that you have seen Finn Balor and the Balor Club. What?
They call it the blackout.
Yeah, the blackout.
The blackout.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, thank you.
I like that name. That's a good name for that.
I think it was his old finisher name.
Yeah, it was when he Tyler Black.
Yeah.
Was it?
It wasn't the curb stomp.
That's what I was saying. Was it the curb
Yeah, it was a
stomp?
different finisher.
No, it was the
Different finisher.
brain buster.
The brain buster.
Okay.
With the leg hook.
So, Finn Balor is in the main event for the second week in a row on Raw as the Balor Club. Obviously, there was some outside stuff that happened when the bar came down, and
Which I didn't care for the bar and all that, but I did like Jason Jordan helping him win. I thought that was great.
I
thought Jason Jordan has done a good job. Actually,
over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's
getting
interesting.
better.
Yeah,
He's like a cheap knockoff of what Angle was, and it's kind of funny. And like they're saying that he's doing a really good job because he's actually supposed to be this terrible. Like they want him to be this terrible, and it's great.
Good. I thought they dropped the ball hard when they gave him a win, and it's turned out into his favor. Although for a good month, nothing he was doing was worth looking at after that win. You know, Joe, this is week 2 now that you've seen Balor Club in the main event involved in something major of WWE. Do you think, are you coming around yet? Do you think Vince isn't going to fuck this up? Are you still thinking, well, he's going to fuck this up? Or are you saying that's 2 weeks now? Let's see what it's like after Rumble.
I'm very hopeful that this leads to something like in fruition, but when it comes to Vince, I always have my reservations because, you know, I'm just so used to like getting my heart broken so much by their booking over the years, you know? So it's like I kind of keep my hopes, you know, keep in check, you know?
You sound like a battered woman.
I read, you know, I once read in a Punisher comic that if you always expect the worst, you never get disappointed. It's kind of a shitty outlook, but it's true.
That's a nice Frank Castle quote too.
It is. Like I said, I read it in a Punisher comic.
No, because there's a lot of good memorable quotes inside Punisher comics. I do collect.
Well, Frank Castle's the man. So.
Yep, 100%. Now, with Balor Club, and obviously hoping that everything works out for them, and Joe keeping his hopes in check, Callie, is this an angle that you give a shit about at all?
I really care about Finn, especially seeing that he got a new shirt on the shop, WWE shop. It's a new overshirt.
Yeah, it's like a couple weeks old.
Well, whatever. I'm just now saying it, but it's just nice to see that they're giving him
a rub again.
Yeah, just to see that.
Love a good rub.
I'd like to see him all turn heel.
And I was the first one today that possibly could happen with them getting back together.
It's kind of what they are.
Yeah, they're kind of in a gray area.
They're the tweeners right now.
I don't want them gray. I want them to be.
They're tweeners
heel.
right now.
Well, I said last week I think they have a much better chance as a heel group than they do as a babyface.
But
group.
they're also
absolutely.
Whatever the chance may be,
that will happen.
I just think it would be more entertaining.
So I already said Raw was lacking on heel power when it comes to their stables and tag teams. And all they really had was the bar. And with this week, you had the Revival come back, and they cut that great promo. Mm-hmm. And then you got Balor Club, who right now are technically playing tweeners.
Right.
But what Joe said, they will work in Orlando, they will work way better in that heel area.
Because I think that now with the bar coming down and then getting involved in that, I think this might make it a triple threat tag team match. Here's why. Jason Jordan's kind of hurt. Sheamus is kind of hurt. I don't think they wanted to put the tag titles on the bar. They were going to let Jordan and Rollins ride it out. But with Jason Jordan being hurt and not being able to wrestle much, they need a team to put the titles on. So you might get Gallows and Anderson,
and then you
getting the Raw,
and then you get Finn in
with
there
the IC title.
Yeah.
I think that takes them out of it, but they're still running it.
How much jizz would be in your house if the club left with
3
all
titles?
the titles? I mean, the mid card title and
the WWE title.
titles.
Depends.
So yeah, AJ's,
And then AJ
is
would
Paige
be your
there or
yeah,
not?
right.
Is what? Is who there or what?
Is Paige there or not?
she'll probably be out there rooting on Absolution.
How much jizz does that?
Sonya
vary?
Deville kicked the fucking Sasha Banks was kind of stiff. That kick she gave you to the ribs on Monday. Speaking of Paige,
What are you?
I was talking about. Oh, you said we brought up Paige. It reminded me of the.
Smitty just going on a tangent about some Smitty shit.
No, when you brought up Paige, I thought maybe think about the female match where Sasha got lost.
That
to
we
Sonya
might be
Deville.
discussing later. That you're just going to discuss now. God, I love giving you shit.
We should ring that bell every time Smitty goes on a tangent about some shit.
Oh,
I'll pull it
Yep.
closer.
You're a dick, you.
You're a dick, you dick.
I got nothing right now.
we could give him the festive gimmick, and then when I hit it, he just goes all retarded, and then when I stop, he stops.
Z, your thoughts on the main event of Raw?
I really good match. Those two always perform well. I don't know what it's going to set up in the future, but I do like seeing Finn Balor in the main event, win or lose. I do like seeing a good match of wrestling as Raw comes in, to an end. I love the curb stomp. I don't know. It was a good
Blackout
match.
now.
Blackout.
Well, whatever you want to call it. I love watching Sass stomp on somebody's head.
And Finn took it too. Finn smacked his head.
Oh,
on
yeah,
that
I know.
mid-range.
He
There was
sold
a
it awesome.
I know. I
right.
saw it.
Orlando mentioned it. The ending of the match, Finn lost, and it was a dirty win because Jason Jordan got involved. So in looking at this, as strong as they made them look last week with Finn going over Seth, even though Finn lost this week, it didn't make him look any weaker than what they've been building him as for the last couple weeks, which is great. Because if you're trying to set it up like this this faction can run through things, they can't look weak, but they can't look infallible either. Because you have the infallible with Brock right now. You have the infallible with Roman Reigns
and
right
you
now.
had that with the Shield. The Shield was,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And Braun Strowman. These guys all look infallible.
And Charlotte Flair.
No, she was even taking losses. It's...
Yeah, I you're right. I just think they're going to work best if they're beatable heels.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's also, we got to remember, Finn's only 175 pounds. He can't, as good as he can be as a dominant performer where he should run through, you can't put him realistically in a match with fucking a Roman Reigns or somebody and expect him to dominate the match. Like, it would be...
Him and Roman had a really good match.
Yeah, no, they did. But I'm just saying, you can't expect the psychology to be Finn Balor dominating that. He's just not that guy.
Right.
So I think
He's
if
the
you're
underdog that like Brian was.
Well, he doesn't have to be the underdog, but he just can't be, a monster.
Yeah. You can't look at him and go, oh yeah, I totally buy him destroying Roman Reigns.
Right.
So he's the underdog.
So he can win. No, there's lots of in-betweens that
All
aren't
right,
underdogs.
So, hold on. Would you buy Demon Finn destroying Roman Reigns?
No. I still wouldn't buy it. Do I think Demon Finn can win? Yeah. Do I think regular Finn can win? Yeah. But I don't buy that. If it's somebody else, you could plug in The Miz or somebody and he just squashes him as Demon Finn. You could do some shit but not Roman because he's been built up too much.
Right.
All right.
I like it. Next thing that we are going to get into is, so the bar lost again. Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews got another win on them. And
Titus win that Rumble, boy.
Now, real quick, since you brought that up, if you were going to do a triple threat match for the tag team championship, why wouldn't Titus Worldwide be involved?
I can see it be a fatal 4-way now because of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have even less time with Jason Jordan in the ring and Sheamus in the ring because you now have 2 other tag teams on there.
Seth does most of the work, and probably Jordan just gets the pin somewhere there.
No, why would Jordan get the pin? Did you not hear what I said at all earlier?
You need less time in the ring.
And I say they're not going to retain the titles.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
It's pulling a Cali over here. That's a good bell ring. And Asuka and Nia Jax.
Kelly put the wig on you.
Asuka and Nia Jax 100% with the.
Fuck, I piss on you myself.
What?
You first. And add some color to you.
Yeah, he's still going. You're right. Yeah, it's totally.
Smitty doing Smitty things.
If looks could kill, if you see Callie's face right now.
Callie, why are you angry, dog?
I thought I was gonna
Does that bell bother you?
No, the bell doesn't.
Is Smitty bothering you?
It's fucking Smitty, dude.
Drip, 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 woman.
What?
Watch. You gotta watch the Pill Show. You'll get the joke.
No,
Okay,
I
motherfucker, you're the only one that gets the fucking joke, and you just look fucking stupid.
No, I get the
so-
joke. You said you're gonna pee on her. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That you already said you're gonna pee on Z.
Good
Both
joke.
of them.
You can't cross.
If we
the
get
streams,
peed on
man.
by Smitty, does that cancel out our punishment?
It does.
100%.
Totally cancel out your punishment.
But don't
You're right.
fucking pee on me because you'll be on the fucking floor.
Yeah, peeing up
So.
at you. Catch this. Call me Geyser Smitty.
No, we don't need to give fucking Smitty nicknames like that.
It could just be our Smitty.
Smith Faithful.
Yeah.
fucking need a bell and you need a bell.
I don't want a bell.
You're gonna get a bell.
You sound like Oprah over there. You need a bell. You need a bell. Everybody needs a bell.
I have a bell.
I do too now. Mine goes back and forth. Look at that.
You sound like the Santa.
I'm fucking
for
Christmas over here.
UNICEF.
All right, Salvation Army. All right, where were we again?
A little off the track here, dude.
Says ring for beer. Smitty won't stop.
I want the beer. No, that's why I took it away. Initially, I was reading the bell while he was reading. I'm like, all right, Salvation Army.
Oh. That is fucking great. Asuka versus Nia Jax happened. Nia lost by forfeit.
Knee injury.
Knee injury.
That was lame.
Uh,
I get it. They're trying to protect her, but it was lame.
but do you think, like, the way I took it as that finish was wrong because Nia slipped out of the steps. Like I didn't think she was supposed to slip out of the steps. I thought when Asuka kicked her and then climbed back in the ring that she couldn't get in the ring and it was a count out, which is kind of a protection, but kind of goes with the match. I thought the minute she slipped out of those steps that they were like, fuck, what are we going to do? And Nia was like, all right, I'm going to roll in the ring and just not continue. Still making the knee thing.
But also, she also built as a powerhouse.
Still making the knee thing where later Enzo and Alexa still had the little backstage segment with her, but I felt like that's what was you can build her as a powerhouse all you want. You slip and fall and you can't get out of something.
Right. I think the count out would have been much better than a forfeit.
I agree. Like when she should have gotten
Like
counted out.
if she would have got counted out, I would have been like, okay, I get it. Still, she didn't really lose, but
Right.
she still lost. Blah blah blah. Cool. Moving on. Her getting in the ring and forfeiting was just stupid.
No, I kind of agree with Mikey. I think she called an audible there. I think she's supposed to get stuck in the steps because if you look at the way she fell out of the steps, that shit
But-
looked like it hurt.
but-
Like it wasn't supposed to happen.
The point here is if you're calling an audible, get counted out.
Yeah, I would have called the count out, but maybe she's not smart enough to do that.
She's still green as fuck,
Right.
though. You know, maybe she just panicked, like, "Oh, roll! I'm just gonna roll in," and then
And
fall
it's
down.
also
That was Enzo Alexa.
and to give her the benefit of the doubt even more, I will say it's always easier after the fact to go, oh, you should have done that. You know, but that said, I would have got counted out.
that was Enzo Alexa part at the end of that. It wasn't on the Hulu version.
What?
The Enzo Alexa part wasn't on the Hulu version.
Oh,
the
yeah.
backstage.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Nia's backstage with the knee, and Alexa's there, and Enzo walks in, and he
Yeah.
goes, "How you doing?" And she's like, "I'm all right. My knee hurts a little bit." And Alexa's like, "I got this." And Nia looks at Alexa. She goes, Enzo's got this.
Okay.
And then Alexa walks off.
Oh, that would have been funny to watch.
And then he says something real dumb like, oh, this doesn't look good.
Yeah, like his ankle. So, yeah, I agree. But it didn't put anything else into Asuka versus Alexa as a possibility next week. So it's still a really strong possibility you're seeing Asuka in this Rumble. Yeah. And therefore, I 100% stick by the fact that she needs to win it if she's in it.
Ronda
she's
Rousey.
in it. She needs to be in it and win it. Or, no, never mind. Don't even want to talk about that because I don't think it should happen. And Revival ripping into every other tag team at the end of their match. The Revival said that the reason...
He ripped into the whole WWE system.
No, he ripped into the tag teams. And he said, them pulling out the suck it and everything like that is the reason why they're professional wrestlers and they're going to bring, they said professional wrestlers on air. And they're going to bring that back because there's no more of the flippy stuff. They're just straight up going at it hard. Literally.
No flips, just fists.
Yeah.
If we were still doing highs and lows, that might have been my high for Raw. But then again, I'd have been torn between that and the curb stomp. I might have had to pick a double high.
What was that bell for?
He just like ringing it.
He gets a flag for improper use of the bell.
I could see that.
Can we throw Orlando's hoodie?
Fuck no.
Why? Because it's yellow?
Aren't usually flags yellow when you throw in football, unless it's a challenge flag?
Again, that's why you want to throw it, because it's yellow?
Yes.
All right.
Moving on. I can't even ring the bell because he makes sense.
Right. I was like, nah.
It's not on topic by any means.
It wasn't the worst thing he said.
Right.
He just said,
was
don't
actually
flag improper use of the bell.
We said it wasn't the worst thing he
and
said.
You're still explaining it. The good things that you say, you kill. The bad things that you say, you shut up. I don't
Well,
get
you
it.
kill, just a different way.
Right. You definitely kill it.
So definitely want to play a little bit of this, what the Revival said, because it's a huge thing and it leads into Raw 25. So here we go. Revival having a conversation. Oh, let's fast forward this.
Win, the opportunity to...
Sorry, I didn't realize it was showing the end of the match as well when I clicked it. But yeah, so basically the Revival went into had a conversation regarding everything and these. There we go. Boom. So was it? No, it's not Dash. It's Charlie. Charlie Caruso. Yeah, Chuck.
You want to give the Revival a live mic on national television in front of millions of people. Because if that's the case, bring it a little closer. What you just witnessed was tag team excellence, a clinic in tag team wrestling. And that's something that's been missing here for quite some time because too many guys are worried about running to the back and playing video games with their friends or checking their Instagram for the amount of likes they got on a picture, but not Dash and myself. We are students of this game. All we're worried about is punishing our opponents, mastering holds, and winning matches. That's it.
Okay, well, since you are such students of the game, which old school legends are you most excited to meet next week at the Raw 25th anniversary show? The New Age Outlaws? Shawn Michaels? Maybe Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Old school. Those guys, old school. There is absolutely nothing old school about beer bats and crotch chops. Those are the reasons that this business, our business, has become a mockery. See, we're not sports entertainers. We are professional wrestlers.
Exactly. And look, hey, we're not a creation of the WWE boardroom. We're as real as it gets. And look, they know it. They know it. And they don't want us to succeed here, okay? Because if they try to change who we are, we ain't gonna let it happen. They will not change who we are. Next week, Raw 25, live. There are gonna be a ton of superstars and entertainers from around the globe. But this is our universe.
Listen, they didn't just rip into the tag team; they ripped into just the WWE
all I
in
got
general.
out of that is next week we're going to see the New Age Outlaws versus the Revival.
Either that, or I think the New Age Outlaws, APA, a bunch of the old tag Dudleys are all going to come in and destroy them.
Oh, come on! Don't treat them like the Ascension.
Yeah, I think you have to learn from your mistake with the Ascension. I think if you're setting this up to destroy this team, it won't go well.
I think it'll go well, and just the nostalgia pop of everyone coming out. And here's the thing: is they're not gonna lose anything by getting beat up by 8 fucking dudes or whatever. It's unfortunate that's where they're gonna be booked. But I told you, when they're bringing in all these guys, what are they gonna have all these fucking guys do?
They're gonna use the guys that just
What do they
just
always
not gonna
have
use some
old
trash
guys do?
fodder.
Come
They're
in and
young talent.
right. So they're gonna come in and beat up some of these fucking young guys. That's the reason why they just cut this promo. Why would they plant that seed?
And the funny that seed could lead to so much more, something so
Sure, and
so
it still
good.
can, but I'm telling you, there's no point to mention Raw 25 and to specifically mention a tag team. Like you said, it could be a match. Like that was not a bad suggestion either. But they're clearly planting a seed for them to get beat up.
Billy
all
Gunn
the
got
old
fired
guys.
though for a
Well,
wellness
I mean,
policy thing.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily
he's huge.
planting a seed for them to get beat up, but they are planting a seed for them
That's
to
what
have
I'm
a
saying.
match.
They're planting a seed
in
for
which,
the legends.
honestly, if you want to establish yourself for what you just said the week prior, beating up one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the New Age Outlaws might be the way to do it. I mean, they're over the hill and whatnot. One other thing I want to touch upon while we're on the topic. Billy Gunn is also under contract with New Japan. This just goes with my working relationship theory.
Is he under contract?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
He was who's he teaming with recently? Yoshitatsu.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's in it. I didn't know he was under.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was.
He was
Is he
teaming with
really
Yoshitatsu.
under contract, or
He
is
was-
he
he
just
was
on
in-
like an paid
No,
appearance thing?
he's been teaming with Yoshitatsu regularly within the last.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's
within
under
last year.
contract.
Yeah, he could be under like the ROH type contract is the specific dates.
They could be.
and you can do whatever you
under
want
a
outside
per
of that.
appearance thing, man. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean.
I'm
Right.
just,
I know what the
Either
better
way,
half was when he said
just
15
feeding
years.
my conspiracy theory.
Right.
That's all.
So I thought it was because he
Conspiracy theories are fun.
Speaking of Raw 25, they released Raw's top 25 moments this week. Did any of you guys get the chance to check that out?
Like the hour special after Raw or SmackDown or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
network.
Like I was watching them like individually, like on my phone, but like that was taking a very long time.
It's a fun produced show. They had Rosenberg on there with Graves, and Rosenberg's doing like a Bobby Heenan thing.
Yeah, he had the Bobby Heenan jacket. That was pretty
Right,
cool.
and he was doing a whole basic tribute to Bobby Heenan where they sent him on a thing. He was supposed to bring the top 10 list with him, and he didn't. So then he had to go to the WWE warehouse. So all the nostalgia things there, and he runs into Sean Mooney and all kinds of just stupid shit in the warehouse, and he's trying to find this list the whole fucking time.
See where I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
That's because just the 48-minute special. There's
It-
only one of those, and it's for the top 25. Every other episode thing that they showed was the full moment.
Yeah.
So you were just looking at the collection.
No, I watch. Are you watch it on the network?
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched it on. They had the cable special, like it was on USA after SmackDown.
Oh, I did not see that one.
That's what I
That
watched.
I think that should have been the one with.
But I didn't see.
Rosenberg.
Yeah, I saw the top 25 moments, and I saw Rosenberg. I didn't see that bit with Sean.
Oh,
Mooney.
yeah. Maybe they didn't fucking add that in to the TV. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so maybe a cut roll. Like
But either way,
version.
they did it was a funly produced show. That said, the list is tickle butt, as Joe would say. It's nonsense, dude. It is. They say it's fans voted, but I never buy anything that they say that are fan voted anything.
So number one on this list is the beer bath.
Which I'm like, okay, that can be number
Possible.
one.
That makes sense to me. Like that 1,000.
Look, man, I'm a Stone Cold Mark, and that should have been number one.
But it could be.
Wait, do you see what the other ones are?
I saw them all. I saw
number
it. I just
two-
didn't see that part.
Number
Orlando was
2
talking
is
about.
CM Punk's pipe bomb.
Which I was surprised that was that high.
Number 3 is the Yes Movement occupying Raw.
I'm
Daniel
surprised
Bryan.
it was that high.
Number 4 was the debut of Chris Jericho.
I thought that should have been in the top 3.
What?
Jericho's debut.
Really?
Yeah,
No way.
The
I thought it was the
original-
most.
Okay.
his debut is the most memorable debut of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, but not the top 3 moments of Raw.
I would say top 5, maybe, but not top 3.
Well, it made top
25
5.
years of Raw.
Top 25, it belongs there.
At a weekly episode, I mean, there's a lot of moments.
Number 5 is Stone Cold stunning Vince McMahon for the first time. The first time he stunned McMahon. So Austin's in 2 of these top 5s.
Well, here's my thing is, you honestly could have filled the top 25 with Austin moments, which is why what is neglected on there, which I know you're going to probably read off the whole list, but just things that were neglected. The Zamboni thing is not in the top 25.
No, 47.
I thought the
Vince
Zamboni
pissing
thing was
himself.
cooler than the beer truck.
Vince
The
pissing
Corvette.
himself is not in the top 25. Him breaking the Rock's Corvette, not in the top 25.
Oh, that was McMahon's Corvette with the semi
Yeah.
truck.
So
It was the Rock's Lincoln.
Yeah. So all that stuff not in the top 25. So honestly, you probably could have filled a lot of this. I think on purposely they kind of spread out the Austin moments.
But you're also forgetting Austin with the monster truck running over the limousine.
Yeah. There's just a lot of moments where Austin driving shit and smashing shit that is like, to me, ingrained in my memory of Raw that you could have filled with this top 25. And that's not on there. And I think my theory is there's just would have been too much Stone Cold dominating this list.
But the one thing that should have been on there that was Austin was the glimpse of when he took over WWE for the day.
Oh, in the office. He took over corporate office.
Oh, yeah.
That was aired on Raw.
This is Mankind's contract. Add a couple more zeros to that. Gotta take some beating.
What I did notice is that in these top 5 moments, none of them involved Roman.
Or Cena.
6 and 7 did. 6 and 7 were both
No,
Roman.
one
Can
involved.
you go to the next one?
Yeah, number 6 was the Roman Reigns post WrestleMania promo.
That was
Where
the
he-
number 6 moment of Raw history.
Where he said absolutely nothing.
Number 25.
Not even. Not even.
I,
That don't even make my top 100.
Yeah.
I liked that.
This is why
little thing.
fan
I liked
voting is
that
bullshit.
segment, but it's not top 25.
No.
Number 7 is when Seth Rollins broke up the Shield.
Not that high, but sure, it can be on that list.
Smitty?
Let's say I'm surprised Cena didn't make anywhere in the top 5 there either.
Cool. What about number 7?
About number 7, about Shield, breaking up the Shield. It was a heel turn that it did genuinely shock me because I thought if anybody going to turn on the ship, it would have been Ambrose.
Does it belong this high on the list?
But no.
Okay.
Number 8 is the first ever, or when the women main evented Raw, Trish Stratus and Lita.
Again, great moment. Shouldn't be that high, though.
See?
Great fucking moment.
top 15, not top 10.
All right,
I
Joe?
think they're putting it that high just because of the women's
Yes,
revolution.
exactly.
and
That's
the
exactly
women's
what I
Royal
thought.
Rumble right
These
now.
are all strategically placed.
Yes.
Number 9, Mankind wins the title. Joe?
Yeah, that needs to be there.
That should be
Number
top
9?
5.
No,
At
no,
least
that
in the
needs to
top
be
25.
I'm sorry.
We're in the top 20. I'm saying, do you think it needs to be number 9? Should have been higher? Should have been lower?
I don't have a problem with it at number 9. I could see how some people could debate that, but for sure it needs to be in the top 25. Yes.
Yeah, top 25 for sure.
Smitty?
I said it should be somewhere in the top 5 because literally it was one of the turning points of the Monday Night War.
I know that, but it wasn't. It was literally the moment when Raw started beating Nitro. But that said, I just don't think it's quite that good of the moment.
It was
but
also
it has its
first run.
place. Yeah, I know that.
Z, do you agree with number 9?
I agree it should be on the top 10. Because it was literally the shot that killed BCW.
Well, they shot
from
themselves
there,
in the
From
foot.
there, they just blew
Yeah,
out.
that Bischoff that bit him in the ass.
They made fun of the fact that
Yeah.
Mick Foley is going to win the championship on Raw. They were saying this on Nitro on their program,
Yeah.
and you don't want to tune into those guys. Mick Foley's about to win, who used to wrestle as Cactus Jack, is about to win the title over there, and immediately everyone
Yeah.
switched
He
channels
told
and
everybody
watched.
it was going to happen, so everyone changed channels. on it.
Watched, yeah.
Callie, did you watch any of this?
Yeah.
And how did you feel about number 9? Which a lot of this is definitely old school stuff that may
Might
have
be,
just
yeah.
introduced you.
It's a cool moment, but I just wasn't around to give as much of a.
All right. Number 10, John Cena being the first draft, when the first draft happened and he was drafted to Raw.
That wasn't the first draft, but yeah.
It wasn't the first
second.
No, they did
The first
the
draft,
draft,
The
in 0304.
Yeah,
He-
before
he
the
was
Rock
the-
went to SmackDown.
He was the first pick of that draft. Yeah,
Yes.
what it
It was the
was.
second
Okay.
draft.
I don't understand why that's.
The Rock was the first
Right,
pick
but
of
No, I
SmackDown.
don't-
why?
see
Because
why
they
that was
they
there.
wanted a Cena fucking moment on the top 10. That's why.
Not 25.
Joe. Do you think it should have been top 10 or lower?
I don't even remember that moment, so no. It's like I didn't remember that even happening until they just showed it to me.
I remember because I'm a Christian fan. Because Christian was up doing this peep show segment, and he was like, "We're going to introduce the first pick for Raw."
It was
That was
Chris
Jericho.
Jericho, yeah, whatever. Fuck, wrong guy. I knew it was a Canadian motherfucker.
Smitty doing Smitty stuff, man.
But it was Jericho. I don't think it was peep show. Oh, he had the rap battle with Christian like a couple weeks ago.
All right.
Again, there's that rant again. Who cares?
But yeah,
Shut up.
It was a talk show segment, and here's the first pick.
Remember when I said shut up? Number 11, Brock Lesnar returns and F5 Cena. Smitty, you can talk now.
It made me happy.
Orlando.
Another really good moment. Not number 11 worthy. The one return that should be on it should be the highest rated return was The Rock's return. That fucking we talked about last week. It was such a huge fucking thing when The Rock came back. My brothers and stuff were talking about wrestling. They don't even watch wrestling.
And
Brock Lesnar returning was sweet and it was cool. And you can say that's top 75 or whatever. Doesn't belong this high.
Number 12 is when DX invaded WCW. This is Z.
I like where it's at. I mean, you could almost push that up into the top 10.
Yeah.
Probably number 10. But I mean, it's higher than a lot of things that have been on the list so far.
Right, Joe?
Yeah, I got no problem with that being there. I agree with you. It could probably even break the top 10. That needs to be there.
All right, number 13 was Jeff Hardy's Swanton from 30 feet off the Titantron, Orlando.
Revisionist history. He's on the roster now, so they're trying to put over their guys now. Listen, that was another great fucking moment for that little piece in time. But when you're talking the greatest moments ever, there's no fucking way that belongs anywhere near the top 25.
All right, Z.
I'm with Orlando 100%.
Kelly.
It's cool.
Wasn't there?
I mean, it was cool. I mean,
All right.
I can't, like, it's very hard for me to say what should be the top 25 when I wasn't watching these things. I mean, like, I've seen them, I've seen the videos and stuff.
You understand
I guess,
the
like, the
context.
context isn't
Right.
there. So, like, for me, yeah, that was cool seeing that. But, I mean, it's better than some of the other shit that's on here.
For sure.
So I can say, like, yeah, I think it deserves a spot. I don't know where.
Okay.
Nice. Number 14, the return of Shane McMahon on Monday Night Raw in Detroit. Smitty.
Great moment, but I was pissed. The most thing I was pissed was I was supposed to go to that show and I wasted my money on my ticket.
All right.
So I ended up
See,
having to
you
work.
were actually there when it
I
happened.
was.
I remember.
It was my birthday. It was a good time.
His birthday is February 22nd, everybody.
Yep, sure is.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's the 19th.
We've had this conversation
Well,
before.
his back is. What?
I drink a lot. I forget a lot of stuff.
And so that means, what, Fastlane? We can celebrate our birthdays together.
So what do you
God, we have a shitty pay-per-view to celebrate with.
I know, right?
how do you feel about the moment?
What was the moment? I
Shane
got all
returning.
involved in my birthday and everything.
Yeah, Shane returned on your birthday.
God damn it, Smitty. Take-
Did you get for putting the bell too close?
I know. I already had to take the other one from
How
him.
do you
I wasn't
feel?
expecting it. Like there was a
It's like
lot
a dad
of.
taking toys away
I
from
remember
his kid.
being at the bar, and I was talking to you before
Yep.
I went to the show, and there was a lot of talk about CM Punk returning because they had just put him back on the alumni page and blah blah blah. And we get there, we sit down, dark match ends, and the first fucking thing you hear is Shane O'Mac's music. I lost it. Like I wish I had it on videotape because I marked out like I was a 12-year-old kid again.
I was really mad I didn't go to that. Number 15, Stone Cold Steve Austin attacks Vince McMahon with the bedpan in the hospital room. Orlando.
Yeah, that belongs there. I wouldn't be surprised if that was higher.
Correct.
Great moment.
Joe.
The bedpan?
Bedpan McMahon.
They included Foley's segment with that, too.
Okay, good. Because I was going to
Miracle?
say
What
that.
the hell is it?
Yeah.
The introduction of Mr. Sacco.
No, yeah. I think that deserves its spot
All right.
right where it is. It's memorable.
Number 16, the stare down between Taker and Triple H. when they announced their second WrestleMania match, not their second in back-to-back where they went Hell in a Cell and with Shawn as the ref.
It was
The one
they
after
they
Shawn.
both returned. They did the
This
Johnny
is the one right
Cash
after
Dead
the
Man. Okay.
this was the one where it was right after the two with Shawn Michaels. Z.
It's a good moment. I mean, I definitely remember it. What are we at right now? 16?
This is number 16. Yeah,
16. Yeah, way too high. I mean, I don't even know if it deserves to be on the list in general, like the top 25. But no, I would say it would be like number 25 would be this return. Like, I don't know. There's just so many moments to pick from, and this is just not that great.
Joe.
No, I don't think so at all. It's just one of those.
Should it be in the top 100?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll give
know.
you that.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
what do I care?
number 100.
If it's like 96, what the fuck do I care at that point? But like, it's just like, they do this. If they do that, they do this every year now. Like, why is it iconic? Why is it? Because they went out there and did what they were told. They said, "Oh, you guys go out there, stare each other down, and look at the WrestleMania sign. Then look back at each other, and then look at the WrestleMania sign again. Okay, do that."
What do you mean they do it every year?
Every year, someone fucking on like the shows leading up to the Mania, they fucking point at the fucking sign.
Well, yeah, but this got a match going. Other times, like people point when they're like winning the Rumble, or
No. Every on the Raws leading up to Mania, dude, they do that shit.
Well,
it's
After
like
the Rumble, somebody always does
they
it
do
nowadays.
that. They're told to do that shit.
Number 17, Edge retiring
Fucking love
from
this.
the ring. Callie,
Sorry, I fucking love that.
do you think it should have been higher or lower?
Higher.
Where would you have put it?
I don't know, but higher. But
No.
No, and I agree with that. And sorry to take over, but you had Ric Flair's farewell speech. You had Shawn Michaels' farewell speech. I mean, you've had all these other events. Why does this one make it? I mean, granted, it was sudden. Don't get me wrong, and I'll be quite honest. I did kind of tear up when I heard about it. Like,
It was a great
when it
Everything
originally
It
happened.
was great.
But no, like, I mean, again, late in the top 25,
Right.
if not just out of it.
And I think you mentioned that Ric Flair tribute after that post Mania match with Mike. That was
fucking awesome.
That
dude.
was way
Taker
better of
came
a
out.
fucking moment.
If I had seen those,
Right.
Undertaker came
maybe
out.
this would be a different conversation
The Edge
for me.
promo was great, and it was a really good moment for what it was. But again, when you're talking these top moments, you really have to fucking kind of
You gotta remember,
push
there's
these
been
fucking-
like 1,100 episodes of Raw. Like,
right.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now, like Z kind of nailed it on the head. Like, you look at Michaels and Flair's, retirement promos. Taker came out and showed his respects to him, and apparently that's like a big nod in this company.
oh no, he did that at Mania. Never mind.
And it's like Bret Hart. Didn't Bret Hart come out with Michaels as well, or whatever,
I don't
something
remember.
like that?
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, did that happen on Raw? They fucking reunited after
Yeah.
12. fucking-
Yeah.
Number 18, the Festival of Friendship. Jericho and Owens. Joe.
Like, yeah, definitely, dude. That was one of the biggest highlights of last year, in my opinion. That was so fucking entertaining.
Number 18 of all time for Raw.
I don't know, but for top 25, yeah, I mean, especially if like everything, a lot of this stuff has been so almost ancient, like 90s.
Mhm.
For something to be like a big moment and something like modern, that would be it.
All right.
Coming from the guy who hates hokey shit.
It wasn't hokey. That
It was
wasn't-
hokey, but it was entertaining.
No. There was no like smoke and mirrors going on there. Fake fucking semi trucks.
You were
being
in a
tipped
fun
over.
house during that segment of Raw. No smoke and mirrors, my ass.
Funhouse. It was the Festival of Friendship. Get it straight,
They were in
my
Vegas.
brother.
He had dancing showgirls.
Yeah, they were actually. It wasn't a fucking illusion. They weren't being like floating
all right.
down from the sky or something. Like
To Joe's
They can't
point,
do that anymore.
to Joe's point, I think fucking it belongs. It's hard to gauge the newer moments in comparison until they've kind of settled,
Right.
because it's fresh in our minds. So, but I do think out of the two newer moments that belonged on this list, I thought the CM Punk one and the Festival of Friendship belonged in that top 25.
Number 19,
God.
Vince McMahon being destroyed because Triple H said, the real question isn't how did we? But how many times did we consummate the marriage? When he revealed that he had sex, he banged.
He
Stephanie.
raped.
Right, he raped and forced to marry her.
Yeah,
He raped.
when
Had her some roofies and
totally
had
took
his way
advantage
with her unconscious body.
of his wife. At
But
number
now they can't show
19,
blood.
They're happily
Smitty.
married now.
I can't.
Yeah, this is the biggest form of Stockholm syndrome I've ever seen in my life. Apparently,
Good one. There it is.
The groom's.
Now how are you gonna fuck it up?
Hey, yeah, what?
no, because that's only thing I think of is just Stockholm syndrome.
What'd you say, Joe?
I was going off track a little bit. I was thinking about things that were not on the list. I was thinking back to the Austin Pillman gun thing.
Yes.
Well, no, we'll see here.
We already talked about that too. Like,
Or that was some of the most entertaining shit that Randy Orton did when
he kissed Stephanie.
when like when he was feuding with Tripp and all that.
When he punted Shane and everything like that.
Yeah, and didn't he like DDT Stephanie or something?
Yeah,
like,
then he-
and
handcuffed Triple H
he
to the
went
rope,
to didn't he?
punted
He went to
Vince.
one of their houses or something, didn't he?
Yeah, that was later.
And
All
they
right,
got- that was some
number
good shit.
20. This Is Your Life, Rock, with Mankind and obviously The Rock. Orlando,
Yeah. I mean, isn't it technically the highest rated segment in Raw
highest
history?
rated segment in Raw history.
Yeah. Sure.
I was honestly surprised it was so low.
All right, for that reason alone,
Yeah.
it should have been higher.
Agreed. Number 21, Tyson and Austin.
How is that so low? I thought it should. Have been higher than that.
My theory is you could have filled up this list with Austin. So I think I'm okay
At
with
least
it.
the top 15,
But
you
dude,
could have filled
yeah,
off.
They didn't
that's
pick,
top
like, good
15,
Austin
top 10.
ones.
I mean, dude, everyone remembers that.
And
that was some big shit.
That was some big shit. It was also breaking on regular news, like local news,
Right.
like mainstream
That's
news.
ESPN
Everybody's covering,
talking about it
Yeah,
and shit.
It was a big deal.
It's like Tyson crossing over to WWE's put WWF into the mainstream media, pretty much.
Which kind of took
Put
it to
them back.
shithole.
And I'll be
Yeah.
honest, like I was actually just watching this today. I was watching it with my girlfriend, and like I was like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "What?" She's like, "You got goosebumps?" I was like, "I really do, dude." I was like, "I remember this is awesome, man." I was like, "I still to this day get goosebumps when that shit happened." That shit was cool.
Number 22, Shane McMahon revealing that he bought WCW over Vince behind his back right before WrestleMania. Callie.
Oh, I don't have an opinion on this one. Sorry, I had a huge opinion on number 19. I don't have an opinion on this one at all.
Number 9. Okay, what do you want to say?
I
about
can't believe that's on the list.
What one?
it's Triple
For
H and
some-
Stephanie marrying.
As a company that is so worried about their image,
This was before
that
all that.
I understand that, but to put that as your top 25.
Wait till we get to
kinda-
25.
There's a reason Pillman with the gun is not on the list. I mean, she's got a point.
I'm just kind of shocked. Like, I watched that segment and
Wait till we get to 25.
I know that one, but this just blows my fucking mind. That you would make that one of your memorable top 25 segments when you don't like blood, it blows my fucking mind. That's
All right.
You know, when I'm thinking about these moments too, I'm also looking at the payoffs of some of them, why I think they deserve or don't deserve to be on the list. Then number 19, the payoff of Stephanie's first ever heel turn was probably one of my favorite heel turns that was done around that time. To where
Yeah, because didn't it come out that she wanted that?
Yeah.
yeah, she kind of
it came out that
she came out she wanted because
It was all a plan.
Yeah.
he had a no disqualification match with Vince. If Vince won, he had to annul a marriage,
Yeah.
and if Triple H
And then
won,
she
he had
turned on Vince and
Yeah.
helped
yeah.
Triple H.
She turned on
win.
Vince, gave him the sledgehammer.
It was like an Armageddon or something.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
Stockholm syndrome.
number 23, Eric Bischoff being announced as the Monday Night Raw General Manager.
That's a good
Z.
one.
That's a good.
No, that deserves to be on the list. I don't really know where I would put it, but I mean, it's pretty good where it's at.
All right.
Like, it needs to be there. Your biggest competition is now your GM. It's a pretty big moment.
Joe.
Oh, that was fucking sweet. I did probably put it a little higher. That was definitely deserves to be there.
All right, Orlando.
It's ranked correctly to me, right around that 25 mark for me.
Number 24, when the 1-2-3 Kid upset Razor Ramon. Smitty.
Yes, I believe that should be somewhere on this list because it was kind of a coming out for Sean Waltman.
Right.
It was
yeah.
you were seeing him on TV regularly at the time being. We knew Razor was already one of your top guys on the mid card, and it was a launch report that started to click.
Z.
I'm just glad that we're on number 24 and we finally got to an actual match that happened on Raw.
Okay.
I mean, like so far, I mean, other than Mankind winning, but it's more so him winning, not the match itself. But this was like a mention of a match, and it honestly, from back in the day, it was one of the best matches on Raw.
Yeah, it was really good for that time period. I mean, I would have put a different moment from that time period up there with it. Instead, I would put the 1, 2, 3 Kid and Bret Hart's match up on there. Instead, that said, I think this match was a big deal at the time, and so I'm okay with it being there, I guess.
All right. And the number 25 moment for Raw, Bubba Ray Dudley power bombs 80-year-old Mae Young through 2 tables off of the stage onto the floor.
Because they couldn't use Mae Young gives birth to a hand.
That was on SmackDown.
Thanks, man. I mean, yeah, he has a point. Joe.
I don't know where or whether it deserves to be on the list or not, but I got to tell you, when I was watching, and I actually watched the whole unedited, the extended version of.
So did I.
I was fucking like ear to ear grinning at this shit like the entire time, dude. It was, and then the face that Bubba makes after he power bombs him, and he's just sitting there in like that trance.
Yep.
That's just great. That's good TV right there. I just thought it was awesome.
I think that's, quite honestly, one of the more shocking moments in Raw history.
Shocking for sure.
Yeah,
like,
but because of how shocking it is him sending her through, I could see this being right there at 25.
No, I don't like it there.
Really? Why?
I just don't think it was. When you're just rating all these fucking, I remember watching it back then, and he was putting all the women through tables. It wasn't just.
But she's 80 years old.
I know,
and Trish,
and
Lita.
But
God
even in the context of when it happened, while I thought it was a really good moment, it probably wasn't even the highlight of that particular show that night. I'm serious. If you were probably to go back and watch that entire episode,
wrestling was good back then,
right? So I remember the moment. I think it deserves. If you want to put it on there, I think it'd be closer to my 75 range, but. I wouldn't have it 25.
That's kind of where I said I don't know where it belongs or whether it belongs on there, but I was fucking.
But it was definitely entertaining. 100%.
Entertaining.
Smitty.
I was like, yeah, the fact that Mae Young's age was just the one thing that I think that's the only reason I would hit that with the shock factor of him just picking 70 or 80 at the time.
She's a tough bitch, man.
Yeah, and she did like. Mae Young taking that bump, I think, was the one thing I thought was just was the most amazing thing about that.
She's a soldier, dude.
And that was my whole just the bump she took at her ripe old age.
You know, I mean, like how many talk her out of that shit too, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna take the goddamn bump."
How many moments do you think they couldn't talk about though?
Pillman's gun.
Well, no, I'm more okay, but I'm talking about like.
Are those in there though?
Ravishing Rick Rude. His wife won't sign off on that, so they can't talk about him.
Anything Owen Hart.
Yeah, anything Owen Hart for that example.
Right, which is why I think the concussion angle wasn't on there.
Right, and I think if you take Rick Rude out and you
but
can't
that concussion
use
where he kicked Michaels
thing is
was
number
on Raw.
49.
Oh yeah,
what's that?
Pillman's number 49.
What are you talking about?
What about DX addresses the USA Network?
No.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
the DX address. I was referring specifically to Owen Hart when he had a match with Shawn Michaels. It was a big deal at the time, and it was the first time he did the Insiguri kick and knocked Shawn Michaels out. Like, and it was the first time they did anything like a shoot program where like medics came out and it was all work, but it was presented as a shoot. Like, he's really fucked up, and Michaels was like off TV for a while. It was like a big deal at the time.
Yeah, that was
right after he got jumped by a bunch of thugs.
Then what were you talking about with Rude?
The DX address, he's standing in the background.
Oh, when they were like,
State of the Union.
We will no longer say the word fuck, shit.
When we won't say bitch, damn, and ass between hours.
Is that when Michael showed his ass or whatever too?
No, that's like I did not sleep with that young intern. As a matter of fact, I was up all night. Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing with the British Bulldog. There's nothing.
I know that was memorable.
Like the old Hart Foundation or any of the tag teams.
There's a lot of weird moments that I thought were left off, and there was a lot of shoving in a lot of more modern moments to pretend as if the more modern era is was as good, but it's just not. Like, and anybody that's been around watching it understands that today's era is just not even close to as entertaining as it once was.
Nope.
It just isn't. You know what I mean?
Which, I mean,
Sean
yeah,
using
we
the
all
damn
know.
Canadian flag as a booger rag.
That was fucking hilarious.
So, okay, then. Let's go around. Z, what is your number one moment of Raw, then? Callie, we don't have to ask you if you don't want to.
All right. I mean, this is obviously biased and personal, but Shawn Michaels' retirement speech.
Okay. Joe.
I'd probably have to go with Ric Flair's retirement speech.
All right. Smitty.
Come back to me.
No.
Because I really got like 4 things going there.
Give me one.
Also making Vince piss himself.
Okay. Orlando.
When I think about it, I think the beer truck is placed appropriately. I like it at one.
All right.
It's probably the most memorable moment I can think of. I think if I could talk about that to anybody that hasn't watched wrestling in 15 years and they still remember it.
Let me ask you a question. Is there actually a practical application for a fire hose with beer? Like, is that how you guys fill your taps at the Shillelagh? No.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, really,
That's the only way we feel.
All right, okay. Well, then, excuse the fuck out of me, idiot. Right?
Callie, do you have something that you'd like to see? Something up there? How about that?
I just trying to distinguish what was a Raw moment, what was a fucking SmackDown moment.
Well, name something.
Her festival
don't
of friendship.
fucking
Probably.
know.
What about festival of friendship for you?
Like, there's
Name one thing. I'll tell you if it's Raw or SmackDown.
well, okay, but here's the thing: the moments that I remember are gonna be Charlotte and Owens. Like, those are the two. I'm pretty sure it was while they were on
both
Raw.
on Raw.
Yeah, but they're both on Raw. But it's just a matter of fact of were they on Raw when it happened. I'm pretty sure they were on Raw when it happened.
Yeah, more than likely they're on Raw when it happened.
I just can't specifically think of which moment though.
Okay. I personally, and again,
Owens beating Cena? Maybe? No?
being in the
Cena losing to Punk.
aspect of it, I think because it was the highest rated segment of all time on Raw, I would have to say that This Is Your Life was probably the greatest moment in Raw history because nothing's been able to generate what that did.
Well, both those guys were so over and it also let them win the tag titles 2 weeks later.
And that's fine.
And I kind of disagree with Orlando. I actually like the Zamboni better than the beer. Maybe I'm just biased because that was the Red Wing Zamboni. You know?
Right, because he totally jumped over the.
But to me, I liked that better. But maybe
But
it's just a
like I
Detroit
said,
thing.
I said preface this earlier. I mean, you could have filled this
Like
fucking
top
thing with
15
Austin moments.
alone.
Because like we named, when you think about memorable moments on Raw, we named so many that we're like, yeah, that should be there, that should be, and they're all fucking Austin.
Yeah, another Detroit. Didn't he throw the Rock's belt in the
Yeah.
Detroit
I
River?
see. And he threw
was
Angle's
number
medals.
78.
Is it Angle's medals? He threw them in a. Well, Angle's medals been abused over the years.
Yeah, but the belt one was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a title. Did anyone ever get that title out of there?
That's a good question.
Right?
I think WWE can't remember. They wouldn't.
I don't know if it's safe.
They had a crew waiting
it
down
probably
there.
wasn't the real title.
Was it? Yeah, The Rock threw the Smoking Skull Championship.
Yeah.
Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
not
thought
in the
they
same
both
river.
didn't. They both do it though. That was
Yeah.
like payback because it didn't. Austin
The Rock
do it first,
doing it back.
and Rock paid Austin back. Did it
That's-
later with the Smoking Skulls.
Yeah, that's when they came out the big gold one afterwards.
Was it? Were both those in Detroit?
I don't know. Not
No, the Smoke Skull was not in Detroit.
Smoking Skull was on Belle Isle Bridge, and I believe, or the Intercontinental Championship
Was on Belle Isle Bridge.
Belle Isle. The Smoking Skull was somewhere in New York, I believe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually going to wrap it up for us. We were kind of going to talk about why I feel The Undertaker
Talk
is
about it
the
next week,
most overrated gimmick.
and why
Well
you're
done.
wrong. We'll talk
And why
about it
you're
next
wrong,
week.
yes.
We might talk about that next week. We might do it at some other time before that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you get new. We have shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. So go to ProWrestlingTees.com/BDRcast. A new shirt will be up there pretty soon. All right. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media, Facebook.com/BDRcast, BDRcast for Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. You can also check the website, breakingdownthering.com for sure. Patreon, if you guys want to support us, patreon.com/BDRcast. Thank you so much again for listening. Download us on iTunes. Make sure when you're subscribing, give us a rating. Give us a 5-star rating. You know we're that good. You know we're that damn good. We are the entire Ring Crew.
Z.
Joe.
The new dingback Smitty.
He rang the bell. Orlando.
Callie.
And the one and only All Mikey one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for listening, and we are out.